Hey everybody, we're back with another episode. This week we had on our 5-time returning best pal, David Banwat. We talked a lot about football. Football season is upon us. The three of us are big fantasy football fans and football fans in general. So we wanted to kind of dive in and talk about something we loved and something that brings us both joy and misery. So listen in. If you enjoy fantasy football in the NFL, you'll love this episode.
And that brings George a lot more misery than joy. But we want to give a big shout out to our new sponsors, Erdinger. Great beer. We just had some on the episode too, so you can see us enjoy it. They're actually the presenting sponsor for Toronto Oktoberfest, which is taking place at the end of the month in Toronto. So it's one of a kind of party, festival, drinking bender. George went to the real one in Germany, and this is a very good replica. So you can get your tickets online and check out the Erdinger booth at Toronto Oktoberfest, and we're going to do some prizes and some giveaways throughout the next 3 weeks leading up to the event, so stay tuned. Other than that, George, let's roll right into it. We're back with DB's 5th, or is this 6th actually, because we didn't release one.
I don't know how many times I've been here. You guys just keep asking me to come, and you're lucky I have nothing to do because I keep coming.
We had a guest cancel. We're like, what can we do tomorrow? I know someone who's available at all times.
The best is when DB doesn't pick up my calls, and I'm like, what's he doing? Like, is either he's gaming
or sleeping.
Or
he's gaming and you're getting 70 kills in a death match.
World record holder, ladies.
Okay, wait, before we get into the episode, I need to understand that. So is that an actual world record?
So it's 15th best. So
ever in Call of Duty.
This season. So I think all time it was 70th. So of all time in Warzone.
How many people was it just you?
No, 3 of us. So it was a record for three people, combined 70 kills. We went crazy.
The world record this season for 3 people.
Yeah.
Is this posted somewhere?
Yeah, online.
on his phone. He's showing girls at the bar, hoping it'll help.
What are you searching? You trying to fact check this? You're not gonna find it for my name. I don't play under my own name.
What's your name?
No, you can't say it. Can you? Can you say it?
The Gulag Gagger.
Wait, how many kills did you have with the 70?
I think it was 30, 20, 20.
You had 30?
No, one of the other guys.
Wow, so you're not even the best on your team.
No, some other guy went crazy that game. He had 30. It was nuts. I think the highest I've ever had is 27. So I haven't even hit 30 before.
But I'm ready just trying to get 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah. I stopped playing. We played for a while with DB, who actually stopped playing with us because we suck so much. But I'll never forget when Moretti played with us and George, other George. So funny. Like Moretti was just like so scared to get out. I was kind of like a bit of a baby, like hiding a bit. And then you just hear George, bro, let's go. I got your back. I got your 6. I got your 6. You would see DB's player run because DB is like incredible. So DB would just run, going to find people. He wouldn't wait for people to come to him. He sucked people.
I did suck them too.
Seeked out people to kill. And George would just follow him blindly into any battle. It was actually one of the funnest, just such an entertaining thing to see.
I wish DB just kept playing when he was younger and he was like the what's the dude's name? Ninja?
Yeah.
You could have been like Ninja.
Yeah, maybe.
He thinks about that every day.
I would have been more entertaining than that guy for sure. Stupid ass.
You'd be canceled 4 times over.
Yeah. Oh man, I
cancel apology video. Canceled.
I have too bad of a
second
temper.
apology.
I have too bad of a temper to be a full-time
What's your team
streamer.
name?
What?
What's your
It's not a team. We're just playing.
Hey, I sent you guys that video. The last time I played, I haven't played Call of Duty in I don't know how long, but the last time I played, I think I had an Xbox and randomly I played, and it was probably the best kill I had. I was absolutely losing my mind, and I had to figure out how to screen record.
I think I remember those.
So when I shot the RPG from the stadium, across the entire thing, and I blew a truck up and killed 4 people.
That was wild.
I
remember that.
That was nice, eh?
I was actually wondering how you recorded that.
I think on Xbox you can go back and play the match, the video. And
oh,
then
really?
But I'm not good enough to record all my matches and search through them. Anyways,
I don't think I ever owned a PlayStation 5 or Xbox 360. Nothing.
I stopped, I think, at PlayStation 3.
My brother had one.
I've always been a computer guy. I always played games on computer.
I used to play a lot of video games, high school, university. I played a lot. Call of Duty was my game I played. I was never that good. My cousin George was really good at Call of Duty 2 back in the day. I think Warzone. You know what my favorite game was to play though? NCAA. And you build, you do a superstar mode. Yeah. And I would make a running back or a quarterback. It'd be unbelievable.
So you run around Michael Vick.
6 touchdowns a game. I was like,
do you know what I used to love playing defensive end, trying to go around, sack the quarterback. I don't know why.
I hated playing defense.
I don't know why I just
It's
loved
the
it.
worst. It's the worst thing to play in. Like,
Yeah, once I figured out, I'm like, oh, you can like roll over, like sack the quarterback. I was like, oh, I gotta do this. I'm gonna try to sack the quarterback every time. Blitz every play.
If you could play any position, if you made the NFL any position, what position would you play?
Like quarterback. Yeah,
See,
quarterback
is obviously like you
Like,
make the money, all that stuff. But I think if I could play any position and be really, really good, man, running back is pretty tight. Like running back's pretty
It's just
cool.
like, it's such a short career,
But
and
I'd
you just
probably-
get pumped.
Yeah, you just get hit so much.
I take back what I said. I'd probably play wide receiver.
I would be I would
Wide
say
receiver is exciting.
after
you know?
quarterback, be wide receiver. Just be
Yeah,
fucking,
like,
I'd be like
obviously-
Deshaun Jackson, just fucking blazing down the field.
Quarterback's like the fun, cool answer, but honestly, I think it'd be a tight end. Like it'd be sick. Like
course you
you're
would.
like a
Tight
tough
end's
dude. You still get the glory of the catching the touchdowns, but you're still like this big, like jack dude that gets to just toss people around.
But like today, tight end. Like back in the day, tight end just literally
No,
never
like
caught.
I'd want to be like
He was the guy who like changed
I want to
the
be
game
like
as tight end.
like Gronk, you know,
Gonzalez.
like
yeah.
Gronk would be
Tony
sick.
Gonzalez was
Tony
good,
Gonzalez.
yeah.
Oh, the party I'm going to tomorrow night. Antonio Gates is coming on Thursday.
He was
Come on,
good.
Get him on the
He
pod.
was
Yeah.
good.
Well, like I don't
Nah, get him on the pod.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be a
Well, if you
basketball
guys wanna
player.
come,
I think
if
he was
you-
undrafted in the NFL, and he switched to football, and he just became one of the best tight ends ever.
So I
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's literally top 3 all time. I have this. I got invited to this NFL Canada thing. If either of you guys want to come, I told Danny
Tomorrow
too.
or-
It's Thursday.
I
Friday.
think
Yeah,
Nick.
I'm
I
out of
think
town.
I saw Nick.
Yeah,
post
Nick posted that too. Yeah. So it's an open invite starting on Sunday, but like this is like the
So
pre-party,
what is
whatever.
It, like just a party? Or?
It's like a viewing thing, but apparently you get like free food,
yeah, but
free
what are you
drinks. They
viewing?
give
So
out
Wednesday. There's no
No,
football
Thursday,
on.
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
So Antonio Gates and Antonio Cromartie, I think.
Oh, and Chargers. Is it Chargers?
Chargers.
And,
KC.
that's a game.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why Cromartie and Gates
And
were on
Gates.
KC.
Yeah.
That'd be a great
No,
game. Yeah.
Antonio Gates was on Chargers.
Chargers. Yeah.
Sorry, they both of the Chargers. That's what I meant. Sorry.
So hopefully you get some free stuff too. It'd be cool.
That's
But did you guys? Sorry, this is a little bit off topic. But did you guys see about the random lacrosse player? He won like the Heisman of the NCAA lacrosse. Sick lacrosse player. Him and his dad ended up like bonding over football. So his dad passed away with cancer. Dude ends up deciding, I want to go play football. It was the quarterback for a Division I team in the States. Played 3 years there, won a state championship or whatever championship. Now he ended up making the Atlanta Falcons 53-man roster this year, has a wide receiver.
Come on. But wait, so after he played
So he did
college
4 years
lacrosse,
college lacrosse.
and then played 4 years.
He
college
won the
football.
Heisman equivalent. I don't know what it's
I
called.
understood. MVP.
Then him and his dad bonded over football. He said his dad wanted him to play football.
Yeah,
so he
understood
just
that.
decides to go play football, like just athlete, was a quarterback, ran for like 1,600 yards, like, I don't know, threw for like
What school he
2,000.
played at? Look that up.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find this. What you guys continue, but yeah, he made the Atlanta Falcons. They say he's a poor man's Wes Welker, something like that.
A wide receiver.
Yeah.
Might pick him up
Plays
on my
for
waiver
Swat.
wire. While you're looking that up, because we touched on college and like NFL, which you would play. Last year when we did those road trip, when we had the cast road trip, and we stopped at all, we saw a lot. How many college games did we see? 2?
We saw the Florida game, the Gators,
Is that the only college game we went to?
and
We went to Maryland. We didn't go to the game. We
Yeah,
went to Texas
we
A&M.
tailgated in
we didn't go to
Maryland,
the
yeah.
game at A&M.
yeah,
We only saw Florida.
I think we only saw Florida with hood mules.
Yeah.
My boy.
I talked to him like a month ago.
My boy.
But okay, so of the games we saw last year, because we saw the NFL opening day, we saw Titans and Bills, and we saw one more. You only saw
Washington.
We saw
Washington was
the
opening,
Denver game.
and Denver Jacksonville.
Denver,
Jacksonville. Between the games, the NFL games we saw and the Gators game, which do you think was more like exciting?
The Gators game for
Yeah.
sure. That was wild.
Yeah, it came down to
bro.
the last play,
And there's like 80,000 people in the goddamn
swamp,
place.
baby.
That was nuts.
and we had those turkey legs.
yeah, and with hood meals with us.
Because hey, where'd you get that thing? I was like, over here. The guy waited in the line that was so long.
Yeah, we waited in
just
that
for
line.
the turkey leg.
And all these
Remember
people
those
were
kids that,
recognizing
yo, you
him.
look exactly like hood meals. He's like, I am.
And then,
It's like, nah. I was like, yes.
And then-
they Google. They pulled them up in front of us. Yeah.
then when we got to the front, he asked for hot sauce with the turkey leg.
Yeah.
That guy was.
That guy's a
guy
man
was
after my own
hilarious,
heart.
man.
So quickly, I just wanted to read this to you guys. So this dude, his name's
Just tell the
Jared
college you played for. We heard the
Bernhardt.
story twice already.
So he played lacrosse at Maryland. Then he went to played Division II in Ferris State in Michigan to play quarterback. Team went undefeated that season, won the
Ferris
Division II national title, rushed for 3 touchdowns in the national title game against some random school.
Wow.
Finished with 1,300 passing yards, 1,200 rushing yards, and total of like 40 touchdowns. Now he made it the 53-man roster on the Atlanta Falcons as a wide receiver.
It's impressive.
It's like what's that movie?
What's
with
his name? Did you even say his name?
Jared Bernhardt. George is going to pick him up on the waiver wire tomorrow.
No idea.
It's a good segue. So I have 4 teams this year. Please God, let me win one.
George wants to make it to the finals.
In 2 leagues, I have like 6 waiver pickups. Like I only have 1 slot open. I went like nuts. I put like everyone that I might want, and then 2 other ones I picked up, or 1 other one I picked up. Nobody. I was gonna tell you this, DB, because you asked me yesterday. I think, Rick.
What?
We're talking about how many I've never. So you asked me how many teams I've had in fantasy football. So I guess like over the past like decade, maybe plus, I've probably been in like, let's call it 30-something leagues, 2, 3 a year kind of thing over the past 10, 15 years. I don't think I've ever made a finals in any league ever.
And you keep trying though.
I've won.
That's what matters. Keep trying.
I've won baseball. I've won basketball. And I've won hockey. And hockey, I know by far the least of any sport. I've won all those leagues.
Boy, that's tough.
Football,
Bro, just stop reading football then.
Nah. I got
Maybe
my
that's
sources.
it. Just stop reading.
Nah, I got my sources this year, guys. I got the inside scoop.
George is paying for like 8 different like athletic websites.
I don't pay for nothing. Not even pay for the Fantasy Pros anymore. I did that 1 year. Did nothing to help me.
Fantasy Pros I still use.
You use like the paid one?
Yeah. Because it's got like some neat tools of just like
neat. This guy said neat tools.
Some neat tools, just like rankings and shit, and like just because I have so many leagues, so it just like helps me manage and organize them. They're like all over the place. I have like 4 different fucking.
How many you in?
Websites? I'm on one in my Fantasy Pros, which is like from like one of my old work buddies that I just like kept going. One on Sleeper that was a dynasty one I got invited to this year. 3 on ESPN. 3 on Yahoo.
What?
I think that's it.
Bro, 8.
That's impossible. I can barely keep up with 4 right now.
The problem with 8 is like, no matter who's on your team that scores, someone else is scoring against you.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is.
It's like you're cheering and you're rooting and you're mad at the same time.
It is. I don't watch. Football
let's say you got Lamar Jackson on one team. It's like you're playing against him in one of those leagues for sure.
Yeah, but I don't watch football.
It still happens. I am in 4 teams. I had Jefferson last week and I played against Jefferson. I had Jefferson in one league, Russ in another, and I played them both the same team. Still won my matchups, but the thing is though is like with 8 teams, like did you are all your teams somewhat similar, or are they all completely different? Because then you're basically rooting for every player.
No, a lot of them are similar. Because obviously, like you have guys that you like, and you try and get the same guys, right? But then it's tougher in the dynasty ones because they're so like your team is your team for like. There's one dynasty I've been in for like almost 10 years now. It's pretty fucking trash. It's the only one that I don't win like every year.
Really?
Yeah.
Your team's not good, or
my
the guys
team is just not great. Because I took over for some guy like 10 years ago, and
you couldn't rebuild in 10 years.
I tried rebuilding. What I did just didn't work. It's a 24 team league. It's so deep.
Wow,
it's deep.
24 team
dynasty.
Bro, it's like that's sick.
That's wild. That is. I like that because like. At that level, like it's really, even if you're really good at fantasy, if you have 20 plus teams, it's so much luck. Like you just need to get the right guy, because you could draft the number 1 rookie wide receiver that year, running back, and like the odds that they're going to be the best 5 years from now is so slim.
Yeah,
you basically need to get guys who have longevity and like a good floor.
That's so tough. Think about the top wide receivers drafted over the last 3 years. Like look at last year, Devonta Smith. I think he was the first wide receiver off the board.
He's on that team, and
you know what? I don't think he was actually Devonta.
Wasn't he number 8?
I don't think Devonta Smith was the number 1 receiver taken.
I think he was. Yeah,
last year I think he was,
because he was the Heisman.
He was the Heisman, but I thought someone went. It could be. I'm probably wrong. I
have him on that team, and he fucked me this week.
I got 0 from him this week on one in our dynasty league, and I still won my matchup.
Yeah.
He's
gonna have to hit the bench.
So you have 8 teams.
Yeah.
What player do you have the most across those 8 teams?
Deontay Johnson this year.
Really?
I have him a lot. Yeah, I really like him.
Really?
His quarterback situation is ass, but he just gets peppered. He's the alpha.
So you think really of every player in the league?
Because a lot of people aren't as high on him, so I was able to get him in almost every league, no matter what. So it wasn't like a Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson. Everyone knows these guys, right? Yeah. Everyone's gonna.
You're trying to find that guy who has like you're getting good value.
Well, it wasn't like I was trying to get it. It was just like he was one of my guys that I really wanted, and he was always there. And then the can't guard Mike's another one. Can't guard Mike.
Can't guard. That's Mike Thomas is one guy I didn't touch like in any leagues. I was kind of worried about like ankle and everything like that. Saquon is a guy that I was probably the guy, the running back I was highest on. Didn't get him anywhere because Ricky took him in every friggin' league.
But I got him for value in most leagues too.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't made a mistake.
There was one league I got him for like I think $23 or something.
A lot of people were letting him slip, like late second round.
Well, there was one of the leagues, DB. I don't know if you were in it. Maybe the LXA league. He was going like $1, $2. I just bet I went up to 25, and nobody touched it. I just got it. It was like within 2 picks.
That doesn't make sense.
It was ridiculous.
I don't know.
George even called me and goes, "What just happened?"
I think we might
How
have
did
been
Ricky do
sleeping
that?
on that one. Like I was like maybe looking at rankings or something. I didn't notice what was happening.
This is in our like our
LXA league,
frat
yeah.
league. Yeah, that league was an interesting one.
Bro, George literally just goes, "How did that just happen?"
And if it wasn't Ricky bidding, we had a deal that.
Oh wait, that was when we were on Mykonos.
We're all together. Yeah.
Yeah.
My team, go ahead.
Sorry, George, you were correct. So Jamar Chase was first that year.
Okay,
sorry, first wide receiver. Jalen Waddle was number 2, and then
I love that guy
Devonta
too.
Smith was 3.
That guy's got the best.
Bro, see what I mean?
celebration.
See what I mean? I know shit about football, and I still can't win. I know the randomest facts.
That guy's got the best celebration
That's
right
a
now.
good
I love
one.
it so much. It's so goofy,
Jalen the
sick.
Waddle.
but it's so funny.
It's sick.
The Waddle.
Okay, before I got a good question to kind of fire you boys up. Pick which one team that's not like a top ranked team that you think could make a Super Bowl run this year. Like take out the KC,
non-obvious
take out
ones.
Tampa, take out LA, take out Buffalo.
I gotta look at all the teams again. Just remind myself.
So I think Miami could win the division. I think they should win their division.
Well, that division.
No, they're with Buffalo.
Oh,
No
right.
way.
Sorry, I
That
was thinking
division's
Pats
on
and
lock.
Jets. I forgot
Yeah.
Buffalo. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're right. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I got.
They have a team that's not going to win their division. That like might be a sleeper.
While we look this up, do you have an answer? I'm going to keep my.
No, but I was thinking about
Chargers?
that was my answer
Chargers.
because no one expects them to win because their division's like one of the toughest divisions in football right now. Because you have Denver, Denver, Vegas, KC, and Chargers. So KC should win that division.
Miami,
but I really think Chargers can make a random late year surge, just like Cincy did.
Chargers in the AFC, NFC. I think honestly, there's so many different teams.
The one that is not a favorite, I don't think. I wouldn't call Minnesota Vikings a favorite.
Yeah, I was gonna say Vikings.
I love Minnesota's offense
gonna
because
say-
Justin Jefferson I think is my favorite player in the NFL.
He's cool.
I was gonna say
When he
Philly
plays
as
cool,
well.
it's just like you want to cheer. I thought about Philly, but I just don't know. I don't know enough.
Oh,
I hate teams that use committee backs.
So I saw, I think it was on the score or something that one of the pros or experts, I guess it's in these ECR rankings, picked New Orleans to go to the Super Bowl. Oof, that's an interesting one, eh?
Fucking Jameis.
Yeah, I think they put either the I'm pretty sure it was all the way to the.
That's
to
a big
the
AO.
Hey yo,
It's an interesting one.
I don't know. I mean, he could. He stepped it up in the second half.
Man,
last
Arizona
week,
I
but
would have liked this year, but I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, but
Arizona
Arizona's also a
looks-
favorite, right?
Arizona looked
They are a
completely
favorite.
lost.
They look trash.
I got Kyler in
But
one.
so did Denver. So
Denver I like a lot.
there could
Denver's
be
probably
a
one
big
team I
bounce
think is a
back.
dark horse. Like I think they'll win the Super Bowl.
No, but he just make it there. That was the question. Was make
It there, I think Denver could make it there because like man, okay. So if we look at when Russell Wilson made it, the defense was like what got Seattle there. His offense at the time was him, Marshawn Lynch running back.
wide receiver was
Tyler Lockett was one of them.
No, they had another guy.
I can't off the top of my head.
I can't remember.
But
at this
their
point.
offense wasn't that good. Like I would say that strong. So Russell Wilson has the best weepons he's ever had. Like
Yeah.
even the tight end, what's his name?
Albert O.
Yeah,
Albert O.
He
I
looked
don't
pretty
even
good
know.
yesterday.
I don't even know his.
Yeah, Okanagan or something.
And he was spreading it around to like the fullback,
Baldwin.
the tight end,
Yeah.
Baldwin.
Doug
Doug
Baldwin.
Baldwin.
So
He was spreading it out, and then he started looking at his wide receivers in like the second half, which was weird. Like, the first half he didn't really look at them, but
even all things considered, even the Broncos defense, like Bradley Chubb dominated on the outside.
Yeah, he was going crazy in the second half there, and he's the reason that they shut them down the second. But I would feel a lot better if we still had Von Miller on the other side.
Crazy. So Von Miller got traded last year to the Rams, right?
Yeah.
So he won the Super Bowl, and he just got signed to a big deal this year with Buffalo Bills.
Man. Like you should get a haircut.
His
the
haircut's
triangle in the
ridiculous.
back?
Illuminati?
Illuminati.
Man, he could potentially go back to back.
Yeah.
Wait, what? So what do you think? Okay,
So the reason why I say Chargers is because of that like Cincinnati movement last year. How like since he kind of came out of nowhere, I don't even think they won their division last year.
I think they did.
Did they?
I think.
But it was like a 9-7 or 10-6
it wasn't
kind of thing, right? Like
crazy. Yeah.
But they got a young quarterback.
Maybe Baltimore won.
They have a young quarterback, just like Cincy does. They have a great running back, just like Cincy did. Good wide receivers, just like Cincy did.
The wide receivers actually, Keenan Allen's hurt. Mike Williams didn't do that much. The next,
Michael Williams is good though.
Their wide receivers, I would say, even if Keenan Allen was healthy, it wouldn't even be close to
Since he's got
no, but they still have good wide receivers. Like,
good, yeah.
But I mean, Eckler and Mixon are very comparable. Like both really good 3-down backs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Herbert and Burrow, both pocket passers.
I really like the Chargers defense this year. They have Mac now. They got a bunch of great guys in the secondary. Yeah. They're like a sneaky pick. If I didn't get some of the top defenses in fantasy, I would just get Chargers.
Okay, of your favorites, this will be good because we can listen back on this on our predictions. Of the not of the favorites, of every team, who do you think makes a Super Bowl? Buffalo. Like one for sure.
Bills. I really like the Bills. I think they should have made it last year, but
that was just
like crazy. That was a crazy game.
But Bills where's their weakness? Honestly, like you watched them play the other night too. They embarrassed
the only thing is if Josh Allen goes down.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Because
I guess that's fair. Yeah,
because one of the things too is like I think like KC beat them last year. They came back, right? They won that game. Yeah. So
it was like a slugfest.
I don't know. I
wild.
can't tell you if KC's team is as good as last year or what. But one thing that's interesting is like Tyreek Hill leaves KC, and it's like they're not like an afterthought, but they're not like Buffalo has all the attention, all these things, right? What's interesting is like Mahomes has been arguably to start his career one of like has to be one of the best quarterbacks. I don't have the stats in front of me, but like he's insane. I told you guys the stat. I heard this on a podcast. 13 or 15 games he's played in September. He has 40 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he's like undefeated, I think, in September, which is insane to think about. Like, so Tyreek Hill leaves, and everyone says, Tyreek Hill's gone. Are they going to be as good? Yeah. CEH looked way better. He's the guy that could have been a bust. He looked unbelievable. Kelsey is arguably, I think it's the best tight end. But he'd even be probably top 25 as a wide receiver, like stats wise.
Oh, fantasy, yeah,
fantasy top 10 probably.
Right. Like
guys that do.
I think if I'd say Buffalo, I'd agree with you, but I'd honestly can see Kansas City doing it again.
It will be a battle for sure.
I could see it being them two.
Them two.
It will be another battle. Yeah,
it'll be one of them two.
I remember watching that game. It was one of the best games. I didn't leave my seat. Like it was nuts.
Those two games, both conference finals. Remember, it was Bills versus KC, Tampa versus LA, and both those games were just insane shootouts.
Crazy. Yeah.
Do you remember LA charged down at the end of the game to win it too? After Brady just charged down to take the lead.
That was a good.
I remember back to back. That Sunday was wild.
So they played in Buffalo, not in Kansas City last year.
They played in Kansas.
They played in Buffalo, I think.
I feel like Buffalo. But anyways, the point I'm asking, if Buffalo made it to that game this year, would you drive to go watch? Doesn't matter who they play. Would you go see an AFC Championship game?
Like if money's like a.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, would you No, like even if it was a few $100, like whatever, like it was pretty expensive.
If I can get tickets for $500 or under, I'm there 100%.
Yeah,
it's just tickets for that are going to be.
I actually wouldn't mind.
But at the same time, it's Buffalo in fucking January.
Doesn't matter, man. You're gonna be boozing so hard that
honestly, I think I would suck it up and go.
Yeah, I'd be layered up to.
I went to Buffalo in December once, and I thought I was gonna get frostbite, man.
Well, I don't know. I forget who. Someone sent me a text today, December 11th, Bills versus Jets. I'm like, fuck it, I'm in.
Bills versus Jets.
So okay, I'll tell you this. Ricky and I, the last couple of days, even like yesterday, I've been like looking at. And I messaged you too in the group chat. I was saying like, let's like here's some games coming up that I wouldn't mind seeing because like I kind of want to go. Like I want to visit like all the cities kind of around Ontario, like the right below us in the States, like Pittsburgh, Columbus, Cleveland,
Baltimore, Washington,
all the stuff. The stuff in driving proximity. Detroit, even though I've seen a few Lions games, they're so close. To drive 5 hours to catch a football game is not bad, not expensive, like not that expensive. So I want to try and do that a few weekends.
Since it's only 8 hours.
Like I would do that if we leave on a Saturday or even Friday to like evening, catch a 1 o'clock game and make it back late that night. Point is though, is that when I was looking at all these games, when I was trying to figure out weekends that I could go, I don't know why the Jets played every team like every weekend. So like one week is like Detroit versus the Jets and Pittsburgh versus the Jets. Like
I was same with Washington though. I'm like, if I was a Washington fan, I could be at so many games. What
Tennessee plays there this year, I think.
Yeah. Saw that. I got it circled on my calendar.
I hate that field.
I think we might be.
Drive down,
I think we might
stop
be
off at
banned
Callstown
from there.
and then fly on Sunday night.
Sorry.
Titans play Washington on 1 o'clock on the Sunday. We could drive after work on a Friday.
Okay.
Catch a game somewhere around there on the Saturday, College Town.
In Washington.
Even en route to Washington, because Washington is 8 hours.
Fly back?
You fly back because the game.
Are you saying we rent the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the drive back is 8 hours from Washington. That's a tough drive on a Sunday after a game.
Actually, not a terrible idea.
8 hours. We hop on. There's an 8 o'clock flight out of Washington.
Didn't we get banned from that stadium?
No, Cast got banned from that stadium.
We did not. I forgot about that.
We did not get banned.
Ricky got played. Ricky thought they were into the app, and then they sent us an email. Cease and desist.
Fuck them.
Yeah,
nobody likes
that's
those
okay. That company,
anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, that's.
But yeah, I circled a whole bunch. My DB, I don't think I told you this. I told George. The goal is to do 7 games this year.
7 NFL. Dave. That's crazy. 7 NFL games.
I don't know if I can do it just from a work perspective, but I'll try. I'll try and get to some of them. I'm not doing 7.
Well, I have for sure. We have Monday. That's a for sure.
Well, Monday I can't come.
Yeah, that I know you can't come. So me, George, and Glenn are doing Monday.
Glenny.
And then, even next Sunday, the Bills play at home, so I could potentially do that. That's an easy one.
Who do they play?
I forget who. I think it's the Jets.
I'm gonna give you guys. I put some games on my calendar that I was like watching.
Hold on one second. Let me grab my phone.
Next Sunday might be doable.
So you can't come to the Monday nighter. You can't get off work that day.
So I'd have to take off the Tuesday?
Well, no, we'd be back by like what time do we have to get on? We'd be back by like 11 latest, depending on the board, but probably pretty early. Hotspot to your phone, bro. Put your laptop in the car.
So, also, boys, Thanksgiving.
Okay, hey, let me go over this list first.
Okay, let's see what you got.
So you know what sucks? I go to San Fran for work, not this weekend, next weekend. 49ers aren't playing. No one's playing. No team's playing that weekend. Okay, October 2nd. Steelers at Jets. Day before is Georgia Tech at Pittsburgh, so that's a double Pittsburgh game at the same field, but whatever.
Doesn't matter, still sick.
But also that weekend is Titans at Colts, a 1 o'clock game. I wouldn't mind seeing a divisional game. Colts have a nice young team. Probably get a cheap flight that's 2 hours away, so that is a possibility because I've put some games in here that are like 2 to 3 hour flights where you can go down and back same day. So there's that weekend. Then the 9th of October. I have 4 games in my calendar. They're all 1 o'clock games.
So that's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Bears versus Vikings at Vikings. I looked it up. 2 hour flight.
Mini.
Chargers at Browns.
Got that one.
Dolphins at Jets. Dolphins at Jets, which is kind of trash. But you can fly to New York in an hour. And then Titans at Commanders.
And then Pittsburgh at Buffalo that weekend.
Yeah, but because we're going to go to Buffalo for the Monday nighter, I don't care to go back to see 2 games in Buffalo. Following weekend, the 16th of October, Bucks at Steelers.
Got that one.
Ravens at Giants.
Don't know.
Vikings at Dolphins.
And
that'd be a good one.
Patriots at Browns.
And
And Ohio State plays
Vikings
that
at
weekend,
Dolphins going all the way to Miami.
I was thinking maybe go to Miami that weekend, catch that game. 23rd. Okay, so 23rd, there's a conference I might go to because there's a conference that week that's in Vegas and Scottsdale. I'd go for like a couple days. But the Thursday nighter on the 20th, if I would be in Scottsdale, Saints versus Cardinals.
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
But then, see, if I flew into Vegas for the conference, drove to Scottsdale, go see Saints versus Cardinals, and then drive back to Vegas, Texans at Raiders on the Sunday at 4 p.m., fly back on the red eye, catch 2 games.
Yeah, but it's not the 4 o'clock game. It's actually the 1 o'clock
game.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right.
Because that happened to me in LA. So I was looking at LA Thanksgiving weekend.
And that's it all. Oh, last one I have is the end of October. Cardinals at Vikings, Dolphins at Lions.
This is a time.
So I got Dolphins at Lions, but also
Packers at Bills.
Yeah, I got
Sunday
that too.
nighter.
Yeah,
that would be a good. I need to see Rodgers once.
So okay, wait. There's Green Bay at Detroit, November 6th, 1 o'clock game.
That's my marathon in New York.
Oh, that's your marathon weekend.
The Jets also play in New York during my marathon, but it's a 1 o'clock game, so I'm not fast enough to finish.
That one would be good. Detroit and Green Bay, because that's a divisional.
Detroit's got a good team.
And Detroit's got
And
Swift.
to see Rogers is sick too, right?
Swift is so
I saw
nice,
Rogers
man.
Brady Sunday nighter. That was sick.
That's nuts.
Wait, November 20th, that weekend, there's Carolina at Baltimore, Cleveland at Buffalo, and then Cincinnati at Pittsburgh, 1 o'clock. November 20th, there's also a game, I think Penn is on the 19th. Or Penn or University of Pittsburgh, one of the two.
Yeah. There's honestly, so I was looking at it too, like, obviously what we try to do, like, we all know this, but what we try to do is like when we're going to see a NFL game, we always try to find the college game or something in the vicinity on the Saturday so you can make it a full football weekend. We got lucky with Michigan. We've seen Michigan and Lions.
Michigan State.
We saw Michigan versus Michigan State. I forgot about
They
played them.
They played this year again too. Same weekend. Detroit's not in town.
Yeah, that's
Saw that.
And are they playing at Michigan State probably this year? Or no?
I can't remember where they're playing.
And they're both
but there's-
ranked.
Yeah, I think one's 11, one's 4.
We've done Tennessee University,
Yeah,
like University of Tennessee, and
Volunteers,
thing.
yeah.
We've done a lot of like those
best football game you've ever watched? Both of you
live
guys.
or on
Live,
TV.
live.
Live was the Detroit Lions versus Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Des Bryant versus Calvin
Hands
Johnson.
Hands down.
I think that's still doesn't he still the receiving record for in yards in a game? He had like 320 yards.
329, yeah.
Danielle, fact check.
Hands down.
Most receiving
Oh,
yards.
I can listen while I'm
Because
doing
you
my
know what? Like,
Most receiving
the
yards.
majority
in an
of
NFL
the games that I've gone to live have just been shit. Just been absolute ass.
Mine's Titans, Bills.
Most receiving yards.
Like I have
In
a
a game,
great
in a
time
game.
going to the games, but the games themselves have been terrible. Besides that one, the one I went to in Denver, it was Denver
Yeah.
when I think Peyton had just retired. It was Denver versus New England, so at least I got to see Brady, but they just fucking eviscerated Denver. He eviscerated them.
We saw. Go ahead.
336 yards.
Calvin Johnson.
Flipper Anderson.
Oh, is there a show? Is there a rank of who's after that or no?
Yeah, that was in 1989, by the way.
Okay, go down a list. And where does Calvin Johnson rank on that list?
Number 2.
Oh, there we go.
With 329, and that was October
So he was, like,
27,
he was-
2013, Lions versus Cowboys.
So he was 4 yards short of the record.
Or you feed him the ball at that point.
7 yards shorter.
Sorry. So that we went to that game. Were you with us?
Yeah.
That was the Thanksgiving game.
This
where
is actually really good.
Where we had the box on the 50-yard line with the Morettis. What?
Thanks.
Thanks for the beers, Danny.
Thanks
Cheers.
for the beers, Danny.
Cheers, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
Cheers.
Did you want one?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I knew you didn't want one.
That was a crazy
You want
game,
one?
and that's the game that
Not right now.
that Calvin Johnson I think got stopped inside the 5. He scored 3 touchdowns or 2, and he got stopped inside the 5.
I think 2, and I think Dez had 3.
And Dez had 3 that game. That was unbelievable. Like that had to be the most receiving yards by 2 guys in a game ever.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, combined.
Yeah,
Because he had 200 something as well.
the Bills game we saw, Bills Titans.
All our seats were perfect.
Yeah, so
Monday nighter.
as a
great
fan,
weather.
as of like obviously seeing the guy almost break a record for receiving yards a game is good. Like you saw a historic game, but seeing Bills, man, when me and Ricky come back from that road trip, we stopped in Tennessee to see that game. I've never sat in the end zone before. I always thought you get a bad vantage point.
I think when it's on the far side.
But
It's
so
terrible.
we saw Derrick Henry break off at like an 85-yard run, basically at us. I think AJ Brown caught a touchdown in front of us.
Yep.
And then it was 4th and goal, game on the line.
4th and goal, 2 seconds left. They just called a timeout. Josh Allen tries to sneak it in, and they stuff him on the
Stuff
one.
him for the Titans to win the game.
On the one.
Could not believe it. Like
went
it
nuts.
was pandemonium. And the Titans had an unbelievable team last year.
Yeah.
That was last year?
Yeah.
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 It was last October. It was later October. It was the end of the
Late
road trip.
October, because
Yeah.
it was at the end of the road trip. We were on our way back. The third last day of the road trip.
Boys, we were living in an RV this time last year.
Yeah.
September 13th.
It feels like it was years
We were
ago.
DB was probably just flying out to see us today.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Jesus. How times have
Feels like it was years ago.
I know.
Yeah.
Man, hey, this is a good little note here.
So much shit has happened in between. Like I was a millionaire and then I wasn't a millionaire.
Okay, you honestly are pretty close to being a millionaire.
The lucky coins are coming back though. Take a quick break to give a new shout out to our sponsor. Thank you. We finally got one.
That was quick, eh? One episode. We asked for one episode ago. Ask
Boom.
you shall receive.
We got one. So, Erdinger?
Erdinger.
I feel like we gotta say it with a German accent.
Voicebrow.
Is that it?
Well, I think a W is pronounced like a V in German. Voice.
I think you're right, yeah.
God, it sounds right.
Sounds right.
Vikes.
Anyways,
They're presenting sponsor
beer,
for
yeah.
Oktoberfest in Toronto. For all our Toronto listeners, go check them out. We'll send you guys some links, and we're going to talk about it more in the intro. So you've already heard
go
it.
Get
but-
that.
You would have already heard the intro, but it's okay. Okay.
all right.
Did everyone give their picks
I was
on the
acquire
underdog?
that.
On the underdog, yeah. I was gonna say, speaking of intros, how has the start to your fantasy football season been, boys?
Incredible.
Wait,
As usual.
Of your 8 teams, how many did you win week 1?
7.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Should have
My
been
man-
6.
It was almost 8, but fucking Dak. I lost by about 10 points because Dak is ass.
Yeah, and you also beat me by 3 because your defense put up
Fucking
12 points and
get
mine
some.
put up 2. So
What
shut
did
up.
you have?
Fucking get some. I picked up Tampa.
He had how many? 12? Yeah, but that's not like a like most of these project for like 8 points. So like
8
12
points, I would have won.
Yeah, but I'm saying 12 is not like an anomaly. It's not like he was
Yeah.
down 30 and they scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 13 wasn't that much.
No.
It's just he had Cincinnati. He got torched by Pittsburgh somehow.
Cincinnati D? Big mistake.
Playing against Mitch Trubisky.
Divisional matchup, brother. Divisional
goat.
matchup.
Bro, I was like, at home
It's a trap.
playing Mitch Trubisky. I was like, bro, this is a no-brainer.
I'm surprised I won that, honestly. I left a lot of points on the bench.
Yeah, I know.
Can't
I
guard
didn't-
Mike.
Yeah, I left a couple.
Kareem.
You had like 50 points in your
DB
bench?
was
40
pretty-
points?
supposed
I
to
had
beat
a
me,
lot.
so I don't mind.
But
Yeah.
between those two guys, it was 40 points.
Okay, so here's what I was saying in our group, in the fan league group chat today, in our no fun league. So I guess, well, there's a difference. Like I made the comment that like having an abundance of picks early is like, I guess, a blessing and a curse.
It is.
But it depends who you are, because for me it's a curse because I don't know who to pick. I can't pick the right guy, so I waste the picks. And we can see in our league, it's only week 1, but a few guys, won't say any names, wasted some of those picks. But see, you took a lot of the like apparently right guys. Problem is now is like
you
how do
start?
I don't know who to start. Yeah, it's like
So
right,
that's gotta
right
be
now. I'm stressing out. I'm like, how do I get Kareem Hunt in my lineup? But like, you know,
Right?
Who do I take out?
So who are your two running backs do you have in that league?
So my running backs that I'm going to start every single week, no matter what. Derrick Henry, James Conner, unless they're injured.
yeah,
I won't bench them at all.
that's fair.
2 like top 10 guys.
And you have what, Kareem Hunt?
And then I got
You
Kareem
think
Hunt.
James Conner's going to finish top 10?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't
He's-
know. That's a
He
hot
might
take.
get enough volume. As long as Arizona steps it up from what they did. He had a great game, and they were still shit.
The problem is that there's the top 5 are guaranteed, basically, running backs. 5 to 15 is a toss-up, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing,
You have your... Sorry to interrupt, Dave.
Yeah,
You have,
sorry,
like,
no.
guys like, let's say Jonathan Taylor, clear-cut number 1. Your Derrick Henry, your Dalvin Cook, your... C-Mac.
yeah,
and-
C-Mac.
Honestly,
probably
and
not.
those
Eckler.
4. But then you have, like, Eckler.
Mixon.
That rounds out your 5. Then you have...
Alvin Cook.
But no, I said
Cook
Cook's
said.
a top 5, I think.
Yeah.
But then you have guys like, okay, you have Mixon, Saquon, Kamara,
Yeah.
like Connor, all these other guys that could literally finish top 3 or could finish 15.
Yeah.
Right? It's a fucking toss up after that.
One thing I want to jump back to. So you said your guaranteed starters James Conner and Derrick Henry, and then your bench is what, Kareem Hunt and who else?
Kareem Hunt, I got Antonio Gibson, who I had in the flex, and he did really well. So it's hard to take him out now.
Yeah.
But I want to get Kareem Hunt in there, but
Okay.
it's tough.
And now your wide receivers.
My wide receivers.
So everyone knows as well. We're talking this league that we're kind of like referencing is a keeper league we've had for 10 years now.
This is the 10th season.
It's all our buddies from like university and everything. It's probably the funniest league that we're in. I get ridiculed the most because I'm terrible at football. DB won it the first 3.
No.
John won the first year.
year.
He beat me in the finals, so I could have had 4 in a row, but then I won 3 in a row
Against who?
against Ricky twice and GM once.
So DB's got, but you haven't won since then in this league.
I haven't won since. No.
So, anyways, DB, and then so for context, as well, DB last year went all out, sold his team in this keeper league. You can trade draft picks.
for the first time.
Yeah. So DB, yeah, you've never sold out that. Like you sold early last year.
Yeah.
My man sold me Jefferson. Hallelujah. But then yeah, so DB was in a rebuild, and like you're stacked with picks this year.
Absolutely stacked.
So, but sorry to jump back to one last question. Your wide receivers.
Brandon Cooks,
Yeah.
who's just like 15 targets a
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
so I'm not going to bench.
Okay.
Deontay Johnson, who I've already said
Very
I
high
love,
on.
Yeah. Hollywood Brown, who got
Now-
a touchdown, but he's like a little iffy. I think I'm going to bench him for
Can't
can't guard Mike. Can't
But
guard
now
Mike.
so then Kareem Hunt or Gibson are sitting on your bench next week.
No,
Yeah.
one of them goes in the flex, yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay, I want to
Hollywood
ask you,
Brown could also go for 100 yards and
He
a touchdown.
could, yeah.
do you
so that's
think
the
Gibson's
thing.
going to have a good year?
I do because, well, they were saying
Because all preseason was saying
yeah.
negative
So
about him.
everything was saying Brian Robinson, the rookie, they really liked him.
But they were also saying Gibson was bad.
No, they were saying he wasn't bad. He just had fumble problems, right?
problems.
He couldn't hold on to the ball. In
bad.
He's
6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's the same
But
thing.
you're rushing for over 1,000 yards a year. You're still good, but you gotta.
Yeah, James Winston throwing 40 touchdown passes with 30 interceptions.
But the thing about Brian Robinson is,
though, still,
I think Brian Robinson was a Bama guy. In all his seasons at Bama, he didn't fumble once. So
shut up.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
That's fact.
that's what I read. Yeah,
You know the guy's nails. A man got hit with a clip and he's back.
Yeah,
He's
back
like on the 5 weeks.
not
Not
even
even on the
shot in
pup
the leg.
list.
So
That's wild.
So before the draft, like a week before that, I was not going to touch Gibson in any league.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy is too risky. Bro gets shot in the leg. I'm like, okay, now
Guaranteed starter.
now he's gonna get the volume, right? So at least for until the guy gets back. I thought he would be out for the season. He's probably gonna come back in week 5.
I took Gibson in a league, but
So-
in our other like dynasty league that we just started this year, I took Gibson and I was lucky. I drafted Robinson as well. She's on my IR.
Yeah, so that was a good stash.
I got Robinson in one league, the LXA league, and I was going to drop him, but my internet wasn't working right when he got shocks. You just assume out for the year, and it's a non-keeper league.
You would assume that, yeah.
Didn't drop him. Next day, he's off. He's looking good, off crutches. Should be back by week 8. Literally a day later, should be back by week 5.
That guy, when he's ready, he's running for 2,000 yards.
Yeah,
Bro, that guy, I just,
But he's got something to prove.
yeah,
that's crazy.
Okay, who's your biggest, like, non-ranked player that you think's gonna have a good season? Like
You think
not
sleeper, like-
yeah, but like, someone like Elijah Moore, you could say, even though he's not really a sleeper.
Pacheco from KC.
got him in 2 leagues. Let's go.
He looked really good.
League, right?
ESPN, I have him in our no fun
He looked
league.
really good, but they gave it to him like in garbage time, right? But he was just
CH.
still like just ripping off like 6, 8, 10 yards each time.
Okay, so that's a running back.
That's my running back. A wide receiver.
Wait, sorry. So you think Pacheco could end up going from where he is now to like a top 20 player, top 30 player?
Yeah. If he gets volume, yeah. If he gets
Okay.
volume, he needs volume though, right? Like.
Yeah.
It's like CEH needs to get injured or like
But that's what I mean.
Go
That's
in the
a hard one,
doghouse
right?
or something. But the same thing happened with Kareem Hunt, right? Like he kind of popped out of nowhere and just became.
Well,
Kareem
KC
Hunt.
always got those random
Yeah.
running backs that come out of nowhere.
Kareem
And,
Hunt was on
like,
KC before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he got
Priest Holmes, Larry Johnson.
Someone got injured in front of him.
Jamal Charles,
I think
yeah.
Jamal Charles got
I'm more
injured in
of the
front of
horns.
him, and then he got the opportunity. He just
Yeah,
took
that's
I
over.
think it went from Priest Holmes
Jamal Charles
to Larry Johnson.
Yeah,
Larry
Larry
Johnson.
Johnson.
Jamal
Jamal Charles.
Charles,
I think then to Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Then
There must have been someone in between there because Jamal
Probably,
Charles
yeah,
ran a long time
And then-
ago. You know what's crazy? Priest Holmes and Jamal Charles both played for the Longhorns. Larry Johnson was sick. I think he played for Penn State.
Larry Johnson was
He was a beast.
And then the jersey look. I would like if I can go back in time, like KC just jerseys, the look, just so sick.
You remember we met Brian Arakpo and Jamal Charles?
Yeah, I saw the
Both
picture.
Longhorns. Back when I was a Longhorns guy. I hate that team now.
Okay, wait. So you said
Pacheco,
who's your wide receiver?
and then wide receiver. You guys are gonna think I'm fucking crazy.
Okay, I'm picking him up. Hold on, leave him
Yeah,
ready.
but I wish I could pick this guy up in more leagues because I don't really have room
Jahan
to drop
Dotson.
anyone. No, I love him. I love him a
got
lot.
him in a league.
But Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Get out of here. Actually?
Yeah.
Really? With Jacoby Brissett as his quarterback?
Yeah.
Come on.
He was peppering him the first game, and he did really well at the end of the season last
I
year.
might see what happens to the waiver wire. Maybe I'll scoop him up in our league.
I think
Does
he's,
someone have him in our league?
I don't.
Well, I
think
know who
anyone-
Dave's waiver wire pickup is.
You can't
No,
drop
I'm
anybody.
not
yeah.
dropping anyone.
That's
no.
the curse
that's
of having too many good picks.
Yeah, that's a free pick for you guys.
So see, but here's the thing though. I am not in our league. I'm telling you honestly, I haven't put a waiver wire claim in for this week, even though I have a gap because I have Mike Davis. But I'm number 3 waiver wire priority. So the good thing is it'll come out after our league has waivers. I'm just hoping 1 or 2 people in front of me put a claim in, and I can just hold the number 1 priority for as long as I need to and pick someone
See,
up.
but sometimes it's tough holding that number 1 priority because you don't want to waste it on like a potentially stupid pick that turns out to be good. You know what I mean?
You're saying like you get scared to jump the gun and
Yeah.
it turned out to be a really good player. Yeah, you're right. That happened to me. You know when that happened? I could have had D'Angelo Williams the year that thing got hurt. I think I had priority, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know. If he's
Someone
gonna
picked
play.
him up and then traded him to DB for a first round pick.
and then I won.
and
the
then you
league.
won it because of
Yeah.
him.
Shut up.
That was the year he beat me
So see, I think if I remember,
because Le'Veon Bell got injured.
Le'Veon Bell got injured. I traded Le'Veon Bell to Naden for D'Angelo Williams,
And a first.
and he gave me a first.
Yeah.
What a mistake. No wonder Nathan
Well,
sucks.
no. Nathan won like the year after.
Yeah, he did. He did. No,
Nathan beat me because Blake fucking
Blake Bortles,
Bortles outperformed Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's crazy.
on Christmas Eve.
I was sitting next to that game.
Yeah. I remember watching this. Like, how is this happening? How am I losing to Blake fucking Bortles? Guy threw 5 touchdowns in one day.
That's how you win the championship. You got to make ballsy calls like that.
Like
that's
Blake,
the thing,
and
right?
the worst part is his quarterback went down the week before. So I even put in the waiver claim. So I'm like, he's gonna pick Blake Bortles. This is crazy. I'm like, I'm gonna put a waiver claim in for Blake fucking Bortles just because I don't want Nathan to get him. Nathan had priority over me and took Blake Bortles, and I lost.
Such a
That's
ballsy
such
call.
3 years in a
That's the
row.
most ballsy
That's
call.
the worst way to lose. If someone has a good team, but to make a pickup and lose has to be the worst way to lose.
When someone makes a pickup and that pickup goes off, like Blake Bortles, I think put up 30
that's
points.
like the Giants on Sunday when they opted to go for the 2-pointer instead of the extra point. That is just like
if that wasn't against the Titans,
you need a
if it wasn't against
wheelbarrow
the Titans, I would have loved
balls.
it.
You know, wheelbarrow.
If it wasn't against the Titans, I would have loved it.
But you also have Saquon.
Yeah, but still, it's like fuck.
Yeah,
I'd rather watch the Titans when they get the 2 points,
absolutely.
right? Losing because of a ballsy play like that, you're like fuck. But when you're just as a fan, I hate watching them kick to tie. Don't fucking kick. Go for the win. But this is what you don't get. You don't play to tie. You play to fucking win. Like last night when Denver decided to fucking go for the second longest kick in fucking history.
Yeah, that's a bonehead
Like,
move.
okay, cool. If you're down or something, try it. You're tied. You fucking go for it.
Denver was down.
Oh, sorry, they were down.
They were down
But
by
go,
one.
go
By
for
one.
it. Like,
but
you
you're
had a
also
minute
4th
left.
and 5. Like,
Go for it. You
Fourth
just paid
and
the guy
5,
100
1
mil.
minute left, 3 timeouts.
But that's what's interesting about football, and I've wondered this in recent years. Like, you know how baseball's gone more analytical and everything like that? I'm guessing football probably has, but the thing is, like, there has to be like, if you look historically at, you can go and look at every kick taken at 62-3 yards and see the success rate and factor in probably wind and everything.
Bro,
so what I'm saying is, how many 4th and 5s with that much time on the line? I would venture to guess a 4th and 5 are probably more successful because the D is probably giving you room.
There's thousands of 4th and 5s that have been made. I think there's been 2 kicks from that long
that have
ever been made.
So why don't you play the odds? That doesn't make sense. Statistically speaking, in anything in life, you're supposed to take the best. Like, not supposed to. You should take the best odds.
But just even in general, it has like the persona from the fans and like the reaction from the guy. You go for it on 4th and 5 with your new $100 million quarterback.
Not $100 million, $262 million.
Nobody would bat an eye. Everybody's like, oh, that's the right call. You just paid this guy, give him the ball. You take and if you don't make it, nobody's gonna bat an eye. No one's gonna be like, oh, you should have kicked the 65-yarder.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna say that. You kick the 65-yarder, you make it, cool. People are like, that's a crazy kick. That's fucking wild. That's insane.
Honestly,
if you miss it, everyone's gonna be like, why wouldn't you?
As
give
a
Russ the
Denver
ball?
fan, I was just absolutely sick last night.
It was stupid. I'm
I was
watching this. I'm like,
sick.
and that second half was great too. Back and forth. You know, you saw the fumbles on the goal line. Like
that was not great.
Yeah, no,
no, but like the excitement factor was great.
That game could have been better, and also Denver should have pumped them.
Yeah,
Denver, I think
Shoulda,
Denver,
woulda, coulda.
they kept taking terrible penalties. There's so many pass interferences on Geno Smith started 10 for 10. Like that's ridiculous.
I think he went more. There was like 13.
Yeah, well,
He missed. I think
Geno
14
Smith
passes.
is dialed in, bro.
yeah,
Bro,
Carroll's the
that was the
funniest
king of the 5-yard pass
Yeah, like-
yesterday.
But then when he
shot.
started going deep, they were
How did DK Metcalf
Giving away-
actually made a few catches in the middle of the game? What do you have him?
I had him. That's why. He had a fumble, but even without the fumble, DB still would have beat me.
I think he had 6 catches for 30-something yards. It wasn't.
It wasn't bad, but he had the fumble.
Yeah, but then it was all dump offs, right? Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
But then they
No,
were
it was
trying
8 catches too, because he would have had 7 points.
Yeah, but they were trying to go for him deep a couple times, and then.
I'm sorry, George. Who are your two?
Yeah, I didn't pick sleepers, and you didn't go either as well. So if we go based on like draft ranking, I don't think there's a sleeper, but it's the guy that I'm the most bullish on this season that I have in 3 leagues is Michael Pittman. Would that be considered like a sleeper?
Yeah, it's not a sleeper.
No, it's not a sleeper. Everyone knows about Michael.
But like,
Pittman.
okay, so
Michael
let me
Pittman's
preface
a
this.
dog.
He's not going to
Pittman-
outperform his average
Well,
draft.
no,
by
but
a
that's
lot.
what I think because if you
Well,
look
he
at
could.
ADP, it was probably like 50.
No,
He's
but I'm
like-
talking about as like a wide receiver. He's ranked like 15th, wasn't he?
ADP.
No, I don't think he was he 15th wide receiver? It was varied. But what I'm
Your
saying is
ADP, you're thinking has like total
average
off.
draft,
total,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but here's the thing, like, okay, I guess you're right in terms of wide receiver, but where he's drafted, I think it was between 15 and 18 was like the ECR, expert consensus ranking, whatever. I legitimately think he could be a top 5 wide receiver this year.
Potentially.
But okay, so if we want to go sleeper, let me look at my team who have the most. Oh, so I think Jahan Dotson is the guy that, man, Carson Wentz is interesting is like when he was healthy, like he took that team basically to the playoffs as the best team in the league that year. It didn't win it. Last year in Indy, he had two. I had him as my quarterback. He had 2 rolled ankles. He had a sprained ankle going into the season, and then in the first game, I think he rolled his other ankle. So the guy's playing with 2 busted ankles, and he still wasn't terrible. Like Pittman had a good season with Wentz under center. So like Washington's offensive weapons probably have the best quarterback there. Well, they for sure have the best quarterback
in a long time.
Fitzmagic was just throwing fucking dragons the last couple of years.
So
no, he got injured like the first game. Remember, we were there.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
day when it was
Fitzpatrick
like
got
100
injured,
degrees.
And that
and then Heineke.
Heineke. Yeah, DB's boy. Okay, who am I? Let me just see. I think
Give
I'm
us
gonna
a running back and a wide receiver.
see Javonte Williams wouldn't be a sleeper. I'd probably go Pacheco as my running back just because I got him in a bunch of leagues. So I'm gonna go DB. And then wide receiver, that's so hard, man. I'll probably go Jahan Dotson. I have Pacheco in 3 leagues. Wait.
Yeah, I like Dotson a lot. And
I have Pacheco in 3 leagues.
That's what kind of pissed me off in our dynasty league when you were out diarrheaed out and you got some fucking
Wait, hold on. That was diarrhea out. Wait, what?
This guy,
I didn't finish the draft.
he didn't finish the draft.
Sorry, talking about Ricky.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought that was a term for like he had money.
No, this guy was all diarrheaed out. He got and he found some random dude to fucking finish his draft. I don't know who that is.
Hold on.
During our draft, I was like, I'm not going to make this draft.
George,
Like,
you
I'm
not
done.
remember that?
No.
Do you remember how I kept signing in and out?
Yeah.
Like every pick almost.
What? Could you sit on the toilet with your phone?
The problem is, well, no, because I was like, I couldn't even open my eyes at one point. Because mind you, it's also 2 a.m. Or it was 1:30 a.m. at that point.
Okay.
So I'm literally, I'd close the app, message someone, and I started with like, I think I messaged Aiden first. I was like, Aiden, can you do this draft? Like, I got $50 left. I just need you to not let me, because if you log out, it high bids anybody there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you could put a defense and boom, I'm gonna go to $5 for a defense.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just need someone to just be there. So I messaged Aiden, he said no. I messaged Urbanski, and I'm like, again, I can't let a pick go by where I'm not there.
Yep.
Or else I get screwed. So I messaged Urbanski, and he's like, what's the deal? I was like, bro, I've already got 2 quarterbacks. I've already got my 2 running backs. I've already got a wide receiver. I just need you to like just pick some people. You've got like $3 a person left. Just get me some decent people. He's like, yeah, I got you. And then like he sends me the screenshot. And DB's just messaging the group. He's like, I don't know who's drafting for Rick, but he's got some great picks right now.
I didn't say that.
You said something like that.
I was like, so I can't believe you didn't see this. So it got to like the end of the draft, right? Like no one has any money left. Anyone that you're drafting, you're getting for $1. All of a sudden, I see Ricky Sky Moore. I'm like, okay, how does this guy know Sky Moore? The next one comes around, Ricky Johan Dotson. I'm like, okay.
I had Dotson in another league too. Shut up.
Fucking jig
Wait,
is up.
did you call him Johan?
Yeah, Johan.
It's
Isn't that his name?
Jahan.
Johan.
Johan.
German man. Anyways, so I'm like,
German beers.
The jig is up now. So I start typing in the fucking chat. I'm like, who the fuck is drafting for Ricky? That's not Ricky.
Oh, I saw you said that,
Yeah.
but I thought it was a joke. You were just making a joke.
No, I know that wasn't him. Then the next one was like Nico Collins. I'm like, how does this guy know all
Bro, in
these
the
people?
LXA league,
Because he was just snatching people from me.
Bro,
These
in
are
the
all guys I
LXA
wanted.
league, I think I have 4 of the 8 offensive like rookies that were drafted in the first round. I had Treylon Burks, Johan Dotson,
I was like,
Johan.
yeah,
Call him
someone
Johan.
else too. But yeah,
Johan.
yeah, that's it.
So who are your sleepers, Rick? Did I say my what? I did say my what.
Yeah, my running back isn't really a sleeper. It's kind of like it's not a Pittman, but I think Singletary. I think that offense is just
don't
gonna
like that
do
one.
stupid numbers, and all it takes is one of those other 2 running backs to have even like just fumble issues or something. Singletary looked good in the playoffs last year. That offense is just gonna be stupid.
It's interesting because you got to think too. Like if you think about like all good mobile quarterbacks as they went on, like I think if I remember correct, like most slowed down with how much they run, like over time, right? Josh Allen is still pretty young, but like you gotta believe that he's gonna run less because he's got to risk less injury. Like he might budget at the goal line, but you would think that because he's got a gun of an arm, he's going to pass.
Yeah.
So
I think that, and then Isaiah McKenzie is my wide receiver.
Guys went 2 bills.
So 2 bills?
Yeah. I think the offense is gonna put up 35 punti every fucking week.
I
don't
see
both
like,
those guys doing well.
They for the first game they kept bringing out Isaiah and putting Crowder in back and forth.
Well, mind you, there's also Gabriel Davis.
But those two guys I think go for over 1,000.
Yeah, I think it's either Davis or McKenzie. Davis is more.
I think Davis definitely.
Yeah, Davis is known.
Diggs
though.
and Davis are going 1,000 each.
Diggs is guaranteed unless he gets injured, doing 1,000. Davis, I don't know if he'll do that, but again, he's ranked, right? Like he's not a
He
sleeper.
might get the touchdown volume rather than.
Yeah,
like
I just think Isaiah McKenzie could be someone that's
I
wide
think
receiver
Davis is-
30 right now, 35.
I think Davis
maybe
is
40,
crazy.
and
I
he
wish
could
I got
potentially
him
do
in
top
more
20.
leagues, but
Nicky in our league, man. So this is the one where I made a big mistake. Well, I can't say yet. Like I'm jumping to conclusions. I liked Allen Robinson as a bounce back player, but I like didn't like him that high. And in our dynasty league this year, there was him. I literally saw him and Gabe Davis left, and I knew I had probably enough for one of them. And I kept running up Allen Robinson. I was playing chicken with Nicky, and then he dumped him on me. And then Gabe Davis went for like the same amount, or just slightly more, which got me good.
I like
That was a
Allen
mistake.
Robinson a lot, but that first game
Did
just
not look promising.
That did not look good. So hopefully it turns around. I don't really have him much, but earlier in his
I got him one
career,
league.
I was drafting him everywhere because I just liked his athleticism. He's a crazy athlete.
And
He's a
his
freak.
like his field awareness is really good too, right?
Yeah.
I got a good one for you guys. You guys probably actually don't even care about this question, but fantasy purpose, who do you think will have a better year, David Montgomery or Khalil Herbert?
Oh, that's interesting because I was looking at adding Khalil Herbert in the league today.
Khalil Herbert's available.
Yeah.
I have a waiver on him because I have Montgomery in one league.
Okay, who you bidding us? Maybe let's work this out together so we can get some guys. I only need one guy, but I have one guy. Number one priority is the LXA league. I have like 8 claims in that.
Who do you
league.
think's gonna have a better year between those two, DB?
I think Montgomery.
I think
because,
Khalil.
because he's just
So Montgomery's on the last year of his contract.
he's
Injury prone.
but he's the
no,
number one
Montgomery's
guy.
not really
right?
injury prone.
Sorry, maybe not injury prone. He got injured last
No.
year.
Yeah, but maybe. Oh, the last 3 years he's played more than he's not played.
They just have him on top of the depth chart.
Okay.
But in
Oh,
terms
I got
of
8 waivers. I got 8.
I got 4.
And
all
turn-
$1 each.
Okay, mine have money in.
Okay, so then here.
in terms of athletic
you wanna-
ability, I think Herbert is
You
better.
know, but then you're gonna see what I bid.
Yeah, but I'm not changing mine. Mine are
Okay, as
$1.
long as hold on a second.
Mine is just so anyone who puts a waiver claim that doesn't put money in, I get them. So just to
You're
give some
not putting
context, in one of our leagues, it's a bidding system for
Free
free
agent
agents.
acquisition bucks.
Sorry, free. It's not free agent for waiver claims. It's a bidding system. You have $100 for the year.
Oh, fab.
That is-
Free agent
that's a free
acquisition bucks.
agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I do is I normally just put $1. So anybody who doesn't put any money towards it, I beat them automatically.
How
Or else
many-
it goes to waiver claim.
how many
I have
guys-
4.
So you want to show you Mike? Show me who you guys are. Tell me who you guys
Okay,
are.
so you ready?
Because this comes out after, anyways.
Yeah. So I've got my number 1 is Herbert because I have Montgomery.
Okay.
So I have $1 for that. My number 2 is Zach Moss, just because
Do you have Singletary in that league? or not?
I don't have Singletary, just because. Then Jerick McKinnon, because fuck, you never know what happens there. And then my last one is Pittsburgh D because
you
I
didn't
got
bid on anyone I bid on.
because I got to drop Tennessee D because they're
Only
playing Buffalo
Herbert.
this weekend.
So this is also a super flex league.
Yeah.
My number 1 is Taysom Hill,
Okay. Yeah, I don't want him.
and I put there might be too much. I put $65 for him. You want to know why?
Why? Yeah.
So he has wide receiver and tight end eligibility. So if Winston ever goes down, I could start three QBs basically. Not bad. And last week he literally only played in the Wildcat and he scored.
Yeah, but he also had a 65-yard touchdown run, right, or something.
He had did he? No, he had 7 points and a touchdown. Seven.
He had a
points.
massive run. It was like a 50-yard
It
run.
was a
or
massive run. I don't think it was a touchdown.
But then he scored a
it was-
touchdown
And
after.
then he scored a touchdown
Yeah,
next
yeah,
play.
So because he has QB tight end, he can play in the QB position,
Yeah.
the super flex, or the tight end
He doesn't
position.
throw much though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he could have a game where he goes for 0.
But you got to think
You know what I
about
mean?
it.
Like,
If he gets tight end eligibility, the odds are he's not going to score what a QB does, but he'll score at least 10 points as a QB.
Yeah.
Like he did that for me last year when he broke his finger in the game. Mind you, I have Kelsey in that league, so it just gives me leverage, and I also have no extra.
so who are
quarterback.
your other ones?
I also have $65 might be a lot. I don't know if anyone's going to
lower
bid that much.
That's high.
Curtis Samuel,
I
$25.
dropped him.
I like
I had to
him.
drop
I like him.
problem-
I've always
Sir-
liked him. He just gets injured a lot.
Did you see when he was on Carolina,
Carolina.
the handshake?
No.
So when he was
Reggie
on,
loves these fucking stories.
so when he was on Carolina, I think it was with DJ Moore. They became like really good buddies, and they had like a secret handshake. Like when they
I
came
think
out
he
of
was
the tunnel.
gone before DJ Moore.
No, they were play together.
Did they?
So there was for like a year or two. So they had this like handshake that they would do. Then Curtis Samuel got shipped off to Washington. So then I think it's DJ Moore does the handshake by himself in the tunnel
No.
before he goes out.
Reggie
That's
loves these
hilarious.
random
I love that
stories.
shit. He said-
Anyways, back to the important stuff.
But Curtis Samuel.
Sorry, you think Curtis Samuel's going to be worth?
I don't know. I put this money in because I don't know. But see, because
I
I
think
have
that's
4
a
leagues.
waste.
Because I have 4 leagues now. Our keeper league, that to me, because I'm 1-0, who knows what'll happen? But I have a good matchup this week, so I could go 2-0. I like my team a lot, surprisingly. So I'm like, that one I'll try to prioritize keeping my waivers. In this one, I'm going to take an opposite approach, where I just try to take the best guys as early as possible. Curtis Samuel, I listened to a podcast today. Curtis Samuel had about the year, his last year in
Carolina.
1,000 yards. Last week they used him as kind of like a Deebo Samuel role.
Yeah.
And a lot of like highlights I was watching saying like he still has it, whatever. Sure, he can get hurt.
He is.
But he has the pedigree. The problem is there's two good receivers.
There's Scary Terry, who's a stud.
Terry, Curtis Samuel, and then Dotson now is the third one. So
their QB isn't like
Wentz is all right.
he's all right.
he'll produce.
But you think he can produce 3 top receivers?
No, but the thing is Curtis Samuel got the highest volume share of targets last year over Terry. Is that going to stay consistent?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
But
But
then Curtis Samuel's likely going to get injured. Sorry, you can't say likely going to get injured.
here's the other
He does have
challenge.
injury.
Like every year he's been injured.
Yeah.
So the
Every
other
That's
challenge
always
is-
been his problem.
like
Like
the other problem with this league is it's 2 wide receivers. So I don't like prioritizing wide receiver over.
You're going to spend
running back.
$25 on a wide
Hang
receiver.
on. Then Jahan Dotson is my third at $20. I'm probably going to lower that. James, what's his name? Warren.
Jalen Warren.
So I have Warren and Herbert at 15. I can't decide which one of them I want to prioritize.
Jalen Warren should
Warren.
be good.
So I get Herbert for $1.
But I don't know. I like Herbert a lot, but the thing is, I like the Steelers. Anyways, and then I have Burkhead, Garoppolo, Huntley. Because I think Huntley or Garoppolo could get traded to Dallas. That's a speculation. Very, very, like, no
I don't
information
know.
there.
So I was thinking about that.
The man just
today.
going with his gut.
No, I mean there's a lot
Makes
of rumors.
sense.
There's a lot of rumors.
Somebody needs to go to Dallas.
You think Jerry Jones will just have another season of that team sucking?
There's a lot of rumors about Jimmy G, but I was thinking about that today. Like
And Jimmy G is a Dallas.
when someone
looking
asked about
quarterback.
Trey Lance and if he's like the real deal, and maybe like the fact that they renegotiated
Yeah.
with Jimmy G and like gave him another contract, maybe indicates that they're not fully sold on Trey Lance yet, and like they want to keep Jimmy there as a like just in case he doesn't.
be.
He's not what he was in the preseason. Because Trey Lance fucking tore it up in the preseason. When he was playing the preseason, he was fucking going crazy.
all the reports out of preseason. See, this is the tricky part about preseason though, because the people who cover preseason are usually the writers for the teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
fair.
they're
Well,
more
that's
likely.
that's a training camp. You mean?
No, but even a lot of preseason stuff.
No, but
right?
preseason, everyone's watching it, right?
Everyone's watching, but like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the beat writers and stuff and the stuff you see on Yahoo comes from a lot of the people that are from those regions. They're less likely to talk shit about a player because that's like they have relationships with them.
Yeah.
Preseason is always so tough because again, yeah, Trey Lance went off and all the reports said he went off.
Well,
but
preseason
was
games
he playing
are-
against second string
Well, that's the thing, though.
defenses?
Preseason, that's why preseason season's more tough. The training camp, I would agree with you because the
'Cause even
training camp,
stats- even stats in preseason.
No one's watching the training camp. Like everyday
It's the
people aren't
beat
watching the training camp, but preseason's actually like televised.
Yeah, but
and
then there
everyone can
again,
watch
you see a
preseason.
stat line like, okay, Trey Lance did 150 yards, 2 TDs in a quarter.
Yeah,
and a
but he's
half.
probably
But he's playing
torching-
against the second
yeah, he's probably
second D,
torching
right?
shit-
Like you
shit
don't know.
players.
It's so tough.
But I don't know. That's what I was thinking about today, and maybe that's why they did it. Maybe it was I don't know. They just wanted to.
DB, who's okay?
keep
So
some
let's
leverage.
say like a person who's like a waiver wire claim, someone who's got like owned in less than 5% of Yahoo leagues. Who's a person you would pick up?
Oh, that's hard. Like a 5%. That's like bottom.
Well, you know they
of the
say those random guys like Warren. Warren's one of those.
Well,
I think he's owned in like 6% or something.
Warren, I like. Jeff Wilson might have been drafted by a lot of
he's
people,
drafted.
barrel. Got
but
him in one league.
but now that Eli Mitchell's gone, I heard they
It's
might have
5 weeks,
signed
5
they
or
might have
6
signed Marlon Mack today. I think I was
That
reading.
guy never goes away.
Yeah, that guy has been lingering. Donovan People-Jones, like I mentioned, I don't think a lot of people have him.
I don't think so either.
That's a crazy one, Tom.
Yeah, that is wild.
But I guess if Deshaun, when he gets back to like,
Yeah,
they had needed some target. Who else do they have? I couldn't name another. offensive
Amari is the only other guy there.
player. Oh yeah, but is he playing?
He played. Yeah, he didn't
did he
really
do
do
last
shit, but
Crazy how Amari's been on 3 teams now.
something must be wrong with the dude.
Oakland, Dallas, Cleveland.
Oh, he started in Oakland. That's right. Oakland is
Wasn't he like
notorious-
number 20 drafted?
Yeah,
He was a first
He
rounder.
was one of the best. He has a bunch of records at Alabama, but I think that Jerry Jeudy might have broken his records.
Jerry Jeudy was a stud.
Yeah, crazy that man. Oakland has a history of not only drafting wide receivers in the first round that never pan out. I never forget they took Darius Hayward Bay one year over like
Yeah, that was
I can't remember
ridiculous.
who went after him that year. It's
just like
eluded me, but-
absolute like.
But
Just,
Well, that
They're
man,
fast.
what was last year? Did you see the drafts
Look
that
at
they
the
got
first-
for?
so whoever has the best time on the 40, they'll draft.
Yeah,
No, but did you
Al
see the
Davis
stat-
loves them fast, man.
Did you see the stack? So then when they traded Khalil Mack, they got all those draft picks that year.
Yeah, they wasted.
Not a single pick panned out. There's one player left on the team, and he's on the bench right now from those 5, or there's like 6 picks in the first 2 rounds, or there's 9 picks in the first 2 rounds over 2 drafts.
How can a team be that bad?
It's crazy.
Like, you know, like honestly.
Well, mind you, the receiver last year with the car accident, that's just bad luck, right? Like
That's not bad luck. That is stupidity.
no, but bad luck for the team.
Yeah, but that's what. But yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
you can't assume it's going to happen. But you're also drafting
predict
someone
that.
you need to know their character. I mean, I haven't heard about a drunk driving accident with some of the, you know, they say the top organization. I mean, let me take that back because the Patriots are one of the best, and we know what happened with. You know,
Aaron Hernandez.
So I got to take that back. That's you know, bad things happen
so
all the time.
tough.
You can
Yeah,
never
it's so
really
tough.
know someone's personal.
But
life,
other
I
than
guess,
that,
but-
all the other picks were fucking just busts.
yeah, no, their last year's first round picks was cut already. I think.
Yeah,
Crazy.
they did. They did cut him. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
weird.
first
Defensive
rounder.
player.
That's
Weird.
like a first rounder.
That's what I don't get. How can? But the thing
How
is,
could you be that wrong?
Thing is, too, is though I think it's like I think it says something about the organization, right? Because some people are unbelievable talents coming out of college, and they end up in an organization where you're like, oh, that person is doomed. They're not going to do well. And then you have guys who are like pretty good in college or really good, not like the top, and they go to the right environment and they're unbelievable.
Yeah, I guess it's all about the environment plays a massive part in your career.
Yeah, I
too,
think
right?
it's
Like
a- it's a
you think about
combination.
hockey, basketball, any other sport too.
Like I'm going to bring this up. JR always has this thing where he said, I think he said talent over everything or something. Like talent is always greater than anything. Heart, hustle, whatever you want to say. But the thing is, though, you could have all the talent in the world. Like I think Ruggs the third was like another Alabama wide receiver or Oklahoma. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was crazy.
And what did he do? Nothing. I think a lot of
No,
it is.
he didn't do nothing. He wasn't great, but yeah,
I mean,
he-
I'd say he's average.
No, you could have all the talent in the world, just like throw it away, right?
If
Like,
you can have,
at-
the talent will always beat. Like if I have talent, you have talent, and like you have slightly more talent, and I have slightly more heart. Like the talent probably is going to trump.
yeah, but if you have a better environment,
That's what I mean. Like I think that there's a multitude of factors that play
look
into
at,
it.
your boy there, Mariota, Heisman winner, probably one of the best college careers ever. Just
But-
didn't do shit.
It's one thing that I followed.
well, actually, no, he took the Titans to the playoffs the first year he started. Actually, just
Okay.
But also say
the team was 1-6 with Vinny Testaverde.
Testaverde.
Or-
Is that how you say it?
Testaverde.
Testaverde.
Wasn't
Testaverde.
it? Oh, it was an old. No,
Yeah.
it was, who was the other old guy for the Titans? Oh,
Vince Young.
No,
No.
wasn't it Fitzpatrick?
no,
there?
it was before Fitzpatrick. Oh, this was it was an old dude. Like he basically had white hair at this point.
Oh, clipboard. No, it's not clipboard. Jesus.
Fuck, I'm gonna find
Look it up. While you're looking that up, one of the things too that's interesting about college football is based on what I can remember, Heisman Trophy winners don't always pan out, and I actually think they don't often pan out. And I'll list the ones that I can think of:
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow, Vince Young, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush.
Vince Young had a good career.
He had a good rookie year. He won Rookie of the Year, went to the playoffs, and 2 years later he was a nobody.
But mind you, that's also because him and Derek Fisher fought. Not Derek Fisher.
Sure, but still,
whatever.
that's character. He also got in a fight in a strip club, and it was all
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
video. So Matt Leinart, Baker Mayfield won the Heisman, Mariota won the Heisman. Did Jameis Winston win the Heisman, or he lost to Mariota?
Mariota's fourth
He
ever
lost to
pass was a
Mariota.
52-yard dragging touchdown.
Devonta Smith, Heisman Trophy winner.
Well, this is his second year. Right? It's
I
too
think
early.
Mark Ingram, or Trent Richardson. One of them won
Mark
it.
Ingram.
Reggie Bush had a decent career.
He was a gadget player. He was okay, but nothing special. Like I actually, when I think about it, like Carson Palmer was really good. He won the Heisman. I can't think of like, and I'm for sure missing a bunch of guys, but like I don't know. It doesn't really translate. You can be the most exciting college player, but like it doesn't always equate to being the best. Even look at the last few years. Like I think Justin Jefferson wasn't a first round pick, was he?
Yeah, Jefferson. was.
Late first round pick
No,
or
I think
second
it was
round
like
pick?
7 or 8. No,
I don't.
Was he that early?
I'm reading
DB, look
Mariota.
up. Do me a favor, DB. Look up Justin Jefferson. I'm gonna look up Heisman winners. But yeah, man, I don't know. College success. I think again, it's a product of like what system you play in college, and then what environment you end up in, who your coaches are, what kind of person you are. There's so many things that
Maybe
play a
Vince
factor.
Young was the one that took over for that.
Oh,
other-
sorry.
Yeah, that's why I said Vince Young.
There
Vince
are
Young.
two. So okay, I'm gonna go down the list of Heisman winners, and it's probably split. So Bryce Young won last year, not in the NFL yet. Then 2020, Devonta Smith. Before that, Joe Burrow. Good. Kyler Murray. So far,
Good. Yeah, so far good.
Baker,
Nope.
Lamar Jackson, MVP.
Good.
Derrick Henry,
MVP.
unbelievable. Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, I was right. Johnny Manziel, Robert Griffin III. Cam Newton was good. Mark Ingram Jr., decent. Sam Bradford, had no knees. Tim Tebow, Troy Smith, Reggie Bush, Matt Lyon, Jason White, Carson Palmer, Eric Couch, Chris
Carson
Winkie,
Palmer had a good career.
Ron Dane. From like 9, and Ricky Williams and Charles Woodson.
Oh, Ricky
Williams.
Williams.
So from 90,
The fucking Argos, baby.
Okay.
I love that
You know
guy.
he won a fucking Grey Cup with the Argos.
Yeah.
so 97 Woodson and Williams. From 99 till about 2009, none of those guys had a career except Carson Palmer in 02. Like, that's crazy. You're the best player in college football, and it doesn't translate to the NFL.
Hey, you know Mariota made a Pro Bowl.
He did?
Yeah. In his third
crazy.
season. In his second season. he
Johnny
made a Pro Bowl.
Manziel. What a crazy one.
That guy sucks. That guy.
You know he's playing
blows.
arena football right now.
Yeah.
right?
Hey, he couldn't even make the CFL.
Yeah.
Oh, he made the CFL.
He blows.
The
And then-
Alouettes.
Yeah, then he went
But
to
they
the
saw him partying too much or something, so they
Yeah.
released him.
Guys in Montreal on the streets. What are the streets
Absolute
out there?
bum.
Where's the party? Danielle, what's the party
Jefferson
area?
was 22nd pick in the first round.
Oh, boy. I'm never trading that guy again.
Yeah,
Even if
same.
I have to sell my whole team. 'cause
Man,
it
I'll
sucks.
give you whatever you want.
No, I will never, ever trade you.
Even
Okay.
Reddy messaged me today, hey, you want to do Dalvin Cook
Even if you're
for
tanking
Chase
this
and a
year, you
package?
wouldn't
I was
do
like,
it?
sorry, you want me to package Chase for Cook? A guy who's got 2 bad knees for one of the best young wide receivers this league's ever seen. Like,
Moretti sent me.
Even if you're tanking this year, you wouldn't trade him.
No, he's the only guy I would keep. I'd trade Pittman and Pittman and Mixon. I would keep
if I
Jefferson.
tank, I'll trade Chase, but like open up the piggy
No,
bank
so
big
think
time.
about-
Well,
hang on,
I'll give a
guys,
bunch
guys,
of
guys.
picks for these guys.
Think about this. This is so I'm telling you, like, from what I learned, I could have had a decent team when I had those 3 firsts. Actually, I think I had 4 firsts, and I traded 1 for Joe Mixon. I think it's so hard because, like, okay, you get the great players. Like DB, I think is gonna obviously kill it this year, but like even if you get 3 first-round picks, that's technically getting 3 fourth-round players. Whereas
changes
Justin
nine.
Jefferson, there is nothing. You could give me 3 firsts, and that's still a first. That's like a top 5 pick for 3 guys who are 4th-round picks. And that 4th round, you can either find, like, that's when you kind of find diamonds in the rough, or you get guys who are like those guys who can go from like 30th to like top 10, but it's so hard to hit on all of them. Justin Jefferson put up fucking 33 points in our league last week.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's impossible. So I think I realize now, like, I don't know. Like, if you have one of the best players in the league, as long as they stay healthy, I don't think it's justified.
So look
to
at the
trade it.
first round this year in the No Fun League. Okay, you got Mark Andrews went first overall to DB.
Okay.
T Higgins. Did he get a concussion?
He got injured. I don't know if it was a concussion.
So T Higgins is someone that could potentially do massive numbers.
I love
right?
T Higgins. Yeah.
Bryce Hall. Okay, that's hit or miss. Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I dropped him. I didn't
Injured.
keep him. Injured. I didn't. couldn't know
Damian
injured, but I didn't
Pierce
like him.
could potentially have a good year.
Damian Pierce, I think, went way too early.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Way
but whatever.
too
So-
early.
Berto took him. Berto took T. Higgins, Damian Pierce, and then that's it.
So I picked DK Metcalf at 6. Chase Edmonds went 7. Elijah Mitchell went 8. Montgomery 9. DJ Moore 10. And then Josh Allen and Herbert.
So you
11,
see what's so hard? Look at that. Look at that group. Mark Andrews, sure. I think that, like, arguably T. Higgins, you say number 1, but realistically, Mark Andrews locks in your spot at tight end where you're good. You have a top 3 tight end.
I look at him as like a wide receiver 1. Like he's just getting like 10
Right?
targets a game.
But then look at the rest of the list. And then you have in the middle, you have Damian Pierce, Damian Pierce rookie, Brees Hall rookie, not proven. Elijah Mitchell, David Montgomery, okay, all right, whatever, not bad. DJ Moore, Chase Edmonds could be good, whatever. Like there's no
Guys,
sure things there.
Our drafts are won and lost in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds.
That's what happened last year.
So I'm looking at, right, you wanna hear
Mike
third
got,
round?
Mike got, I remember this. Mike got Antonio Brown and James Conner in like the 3rd and 4th round,
So-
which is like the 6th and 7th
Guys,
round.
I'm going to read you this 3rd round, okay? So
Third
this is
round, I think I had
technically
3
6.
picks.
Ready?
And I probably
Antonio
nailed them all.
Gibson.
Nailed it.
So the first 5 weeks, you have an RB1, a top 12 running back.
And if he doesn't pan out after that, I just put in Hunt.
So ready? Darnell Mooney. That's someone that could potentially jump to a top 15 wide receiver, top 10 wide
him,
receiver. Rashad Bateman. Darren Waller could potentially be a fucking top 3 tight end. Elijah Moore, same top. It could be a stud. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Patrick Mahomes, Rashad Penny. Fuck, I took Lamar Jackson over Patrick Mahomes.
That's where I got Mahomes right there.
Yeah, that's a bit of a
5
mistake.
touchdowns first week. That's how I beat you.
And you got Rashad Penny there to DB, man. You had a
Yeah.
great draft. So, okay, what an interesting strategy. I'm going to bring this up. A guy in our league who will remain nameless had 5 picks in the first round.
No, 3. in the first.
Sorry, 5 picks in the first 2. Let me pull them up right here. So he sold his team last year. Okay. Sold his team last year.
Bro, what was he? You don't have Brian Robinson.
Let me tell you this lineup.
You don't have Brian
No,
Robinson.
I don't.
Sold his team last year and had 3 first-round picks this year, which in our league would be a 4th-round pick, but 3 first, a second, 3 thirds. In those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks in the first 3 rounds, so 7 picks, 3 went to quarterbacks, 2 went to tight ends, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver. That is the most bizarre strategy. And like in fairness,
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah. In fairness, like you took players that have upside, but you took Kittle, who has a groin injury. Waller last year had IT band issues and was hurt all year because I had him. And then 3 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback league. But not only that, he took a quarterback later as well, I believe. He kept the quarterback.
Yeah. So
No, he didn't.
Hang on,
He's got 3 quarterbacks:
3.
Hurts, Burrow, and Herbert. But he's got 2 of the top 5 tight ends. Like what? There's no need for 2 of the top 5.
So coming into this year, I had all these picks, and I was like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna return to glory. And I was looking at,
what are you thinking?
I was looking at all the other people who had picks. I was like, okay, Burrow's got a lot of picks. Damn,
He could have been good.
He's won twice already. I'm like, oh,
That's crazy, Burrow.
Mind you, he rode Kamara and
Yeah.
Cook to both those
yeah,
championships.
I'm like, I'm scared. I'm a little scared of Burrow. He might come back. Then I looked at Richie. I'm like, oh, Richie's got all these picks.
That's
He-
crazy.
he has no
7
keepers,
picks in
though.
One,
So let's see who he gets for his keepers. So for his keepers, he got Cortland Sutton. He got Cam Akers from me.
trash.
I'm
I didn't
so-
touch him. I didn't touch Cam Akers anywhere.
I'm so glad I dumped that
You know,
dude.
Cam Akers has never had like a good season. He was a highly touted rookie.
That first season he was all right at the end of the year. I
Sorry,
think
and then
Ricky.
he kept-
last
I
year's
think
first
Ricky had
season.
him. No,
And he kept who else?
You had
Fournette?
him. You had him the first season.
I traded him Fournette for a 4th. Bro,
Yeah.
you got to
Keepers
deal
are-
on that.
and then he had Fournette. So Fournette
Fournette's
was
a how
Fournette.
nobody got Fournette from me.
Yeah,
was
Fournette
insane.
and Sutton I really like. And then he had the 3 first.
Fournette's
All these
27
things.
years
I was like,
old,
okay,
Tom Brady is your
Richie
quarterback.
could make a run at me. Then I get in the draft. This guy starts drafting quarterbacks. What is this guy? I'm like, this
in
is
a
it.
1 QB league.
This is it. It's over.
no super flex.
It's
Like,
over.
honestly, so Keenan Allen, I wasn't as high on as Pittman. Like Keenan Allen had a high floor and had probably a better offense. But I was like, man, he's kind of old. Sure enough, first week hamstring injury.
Who?
Keenan Allen. Plus, my keepers, Jefferson, Pittman, I think are like 21 and 22-ish, 22, 23 years old. Mixon, 25. I have Joshua Palmer. Keenan goes down. Joshua Palmer
Yeah,
goes
I
in.
like Palmer.
Trevor
I was gonna say
Lawrence,
that.
young. He's okay. He's not been a stud yet. You know who was underrated and I should have played him last week? You talked me out of it. I put Mike Davison instead of Rex Burkhead. Rex
Burkey.
Burkhead, 9 points.
Sexy Berkey.
Buddy, he's a beauty.
I actually love my team
I
on
love
that
my
league.
team.
For my keepers were Chase, Barkley, Kamara. So 3 solid
Wait,
keepers.
let me ask you something too.
Wait, and then you want to know this year I could potentially like Amon St. Brown could potentially be a stud
Amon
this year.
Ra.
I like him a lot.
Then I also like people forget that DK was a top 10 pick.
Yeah, but who's getting the ball, brother?
Yeah, but again, you never
Gino
know.
looked all right.
Gino looked all right. Metcalf looked better than Lockett yesterday.
Lockett's getting old.
Yeah, like.
Lockett's getting old.
I think DK.
And then I also have Singletary and Moss. If one of those guys potentially goes down, the other could be like maybe not a league winner, but
But I was looking at everyone's teams the other day, and really like you guys have all right teams. Your keepers
considering
were really
I
good.
didn't have a pick till the
Well, no,
fifth
yeah,
round.
like for you, you're in the
keepers were unbelievable.
you're the
I've
exact
the best
same
keepers. Actually,
position that I was last year. Right, I had 3
Right, yeah,
great
good.
keepers, and then I just had to fill my roster with like some high upside guys. So you have a all right team. Ricky's got an all right team, but I think the top 4 this year in our league will be myself, who will win it.
wait, pause. I play you.
Pause.
I play you week 3.
Do we?
bro, I feel like I play DB twice every fucking year. I'm
I
like,
play you week 3. That means I only play you once. Yes, and I play.
No, we must play each other.
No, I
twice
play.
then.
You play the team you play week 1 and 2 in the 12
Oh,
team
okay.
league. You play again.
So I
So
play
I'm going
Ricky
to play
and
Nathan
GM.
again, who's going to sell because he's
Yeah.
going to suck, and I'm going to play Yanni.
So I played Ricky.
I
and
love
G-
how
oh,
Nate's
you,
just Ricky
you got the
Elite
2 bottom
crypto.
feeders then.
Yeah, baby.
So myself, who will win?
Who's
Obviously,
pathetic?
I think Burrow.
Oh, I played Burrow this week.
Burrow actually has a good team. I think he's underperformed. Moretti has a good team, and then GM has a good team. I think those are going to be the top 4 this year.
Crafty can do shit.
I think GM has a really under the radar team.
What was I going to say? I can't. Oh, damn it.
honestly, I love my.
I was going to ask you something. I don't know what I was going to ask. What were we talking about before? Before DB talked about his
fantasy.
Obviously, fantasy. Whatever. I don't know.
DK Lockett.
Oh, I think DK is going to be one of the biggest busts this year.
You think so?
Yeah, terrible. He won't be top. I don't think he'll be a top 15 wide receiver. Like, if you think about who's throwing the ball, like, what if Geno Smith doesn't, like, okay, they won the other day, but, like, they won by playing smart football. They won, and they got lucky with how many fucking errors the.
Yeah, but again, they should be losing most games, which is a better game script for DK.
Yeah.
Worse for Rashad Penny.
He's just he's an athletic freak.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
what I mean.
like
he's just. Mind you, I did not think AJ Brown was going to go off like he did.
Those two guys, I think, are interchangeable.
I was not touching AJ Brown this year.
Yeah, I didn't touch AJ Brown.
AJ Brown has a better quarterback than DK does.
Yeah, but Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the ball. I think he only threw the yards AJ got. I think are the only yards that Jalen threw.
But he peppered him. Didn't he have like 15 targets?
Devonta Smith had 0 yards.
Catches. Yeah, he had
Goddard had like 3 targets.
He had 4 targets, zero catches.
No, but AJ Brown had like 15 targets.
Yeah, he had 9 catches
15
targets. Yeah.
So and how many catches? 9.
9.
There's 4.5 points right there. Just without the yards.
Jalen can throw the ball. It's just I don't know. He's a weird one.
It's just tough to get a wide receiver on a like a running quarterback who's young and unproven. You know what I mean? It's like Darnell Mooney, the same thing. Like Darnell Mooney is sick.
Jalen Hurts was an unbelievable college quarterback. Justin Fields is like.
Wasn't he sick on Ohio?
I think he was like really good. I don't know if he was as good as.
Well, Jalen Hurts had split the time with Tua, didn't he?
No, Jalen Hurts played at Clemson first, and then Trevor Lawrence took over, I think, and then he went to Oklahoma because he played the year Oklahoma after.
Who did
Baker.
Tua share the field with in Alabama?
Jalen Hurts.
I think it was Jalen Hurts and Tua both split the field because one got a season-ending injury.
I think you're right.
And then the other came in, stepped up, and they both got drafted top 2 rounds.
Yeah. No. Sorry, Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma, not Alabama.
So maybe I'm talking about
Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma the year after. I think Baker won the Heisman, but Jalen Hurts I think was at Clemson before that.
Here, let me find out.
Where did Justin Fields go?
Ohio State.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even watch much college football, but I can tell you where most guys went to college.
So Tua was at Alabama.
Yeah.
I want to know who he split that time with. Jalen Hurts. Tua was the backup to sophomore quarterback Jalen Hurts throughout the 2017 season.
Okay, so did Jalen Hurts? Where did Jalen Hurts go after that? So it wasn't
then
Clemson.
there was Henry Ruggs. So in 2018, Tua made his first career start before Jalen Hurts replaced him in the third quarter.
But Jalen Hurts, I think, went to Oklahoma.
Following the season, he finished second in Heisman voting to Kyler Murray in Oklahoma.
So he transferred to Oklahoma. So it wasn't Clemson.
Why would he go from Bama to Oklahoma?
Because he wanted to start. Tua was the starter then. Tua was really good in college.
Because Jalen got hurt or something.
Yeah, one of them took over, and then the whole story. But anyways, anything else related to fantasy that we gotta we should touch on? Any what's your biggest pet peeve in fantasy football?
Ricky.
Ricky is annoying.
You guys all say I'm the worst trader. I make the most amount of trades.
Yeah, but you just does not make you good.
Yeah, you just send like low ball offers.
You send bullshit.
Yeah, but then we get and then
if I want someone from you, you just like try to charge me.
We've done trades so many times.
We have eventually, but it's like
the most reasonable guy to trade with.
But it's like so hard at the beginning.
Joey Trees is the best to trade with.
I love.
You gotta entice him other ways.
I love
Joey's the best. Yeah, I don't know. I think my pet peeve is when I'm trying to make a negotiate with somebody and they're either they're not being like receptive to it, or they're just like stringing you along, which is like they know they're not going to trade, or they're making things.
Moretti,
Bertle got me. Bertle was asking for the farm, and I was going to give him my first, second, third, and fourth for Kamara and somebody else, or 3 guys, and I was like, Bertle, I'll give you my first 5 rounds. First 3, he goes, any more? First 4, first 5. And he's like, okay, we're almost there. And then he goes and trades Ricky. I was like, what the hell?
You got bailed out on that one.
But yes, you know what? In the
Calvin
end,
Ridley?
I have to thank Bertle because Ricky got Calvin Ridley and Kamara.
I got Kamara, Calvin Ridley, Gronk, and Joe Burrow. That was
Ricky still didn't win because he traded the guy his best players to Eckler,
and he trades Eckler away.
Yeah, but you know what?
Traded Eckler and Godwin got hurt. But still.
Yeah, Godwin. I remember doing the math after, and like it worked out that I made the trade because at least I have picks for this year, and I'm going to be in it this year.
So you think?
But yeah, mind you, who would have figured fucking Ridley just I think I didn't even have him for a week. He had the bullshit like made up injury, and then the following week was the gambling scandal and
the
mental
gambling
health.
was in the off season.
So then it was the mental health thing.
They called it mental health first, and then it came out that it was gambling.
Yeah.
Gronk, I think Gronk's the only one that played that end. Actually, no, Burrow played for me. But it was whatever. Like Burrow was just a throw in on the. Kamara, I think, played 2 weeks for me and then got injured.
No.
So it is what it is, right?
What's your biggest pet peeve in football, fantasy football?
Mine, I think someone said when you try and trade with someone and they're just I'm open to trade, but there's no dialogue. Like let's throw me something back then. If you want to make a trade, either tell me the player's not available, like Jefferson, not available. Cool. I want Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
I want a first. Sorry, Elijah Moore was drafted in the 3rd round. You want a 1st round pick for him?
Okay, but see, that's where I have an issue with this because, I don't agree with the logic because I know I think you bring it up sometimes, but other people do. Where somebody is drafted is not what someone's valued at because you're paying for. We talked about this with salaries. Like you're paying for expected results, not past results and not past performance.
But at the beginning of the season,
if you're trying to trade from day one, but the same time is like, okay, so let me ask you. You said Dameon Pierce got drafted high, like in the 1st, right? So if someone said, I want a 1st for him, I used the 1st, would you trade for a 1st?
Not right now, no.
Right. But the thing is, he got a 1st for him. So what I'm saying is draft capital doesn't equate to what they're worth because also, like you might, Saquon Barkley, you got him for $26. Okay, I'll give you $30 today. Would you trade him? Even before the season started, you wouldn't have done it.
no, you can't compare because.
But I'm saying so $30, let's call it a 2nd round pick.
Because I believe that's a steal, right?
Exactly. So what I'm saying is maybe he thought Elijah Moore was a steal, and you're saying you paid a 3rd. Maybe he was worth a 4th.
Yeah,
You,
that's fair.
so what
I
I'm
see
saying
what
is
you're saying.
everyone ranks people differently, but I think that's also a hard thing because like I try to trade you once, you're like, oh yeah, but you paid this much for him. I was like, yeah, but that's not what I value him at. So when you're trading with somebody, you like essentially what you're like. I get it. You want to win the trade. You don't want to overpay. But if you're trading me for Jefferson, you in your mind know what he's worth, and we could probably all agree he's top 3.
Yeah.
But if I say he's number 1, like then that's what I'm expecting to get back, right? It's where you place him.
It's how you value him, and everybody values players differently. The tricky part is like even I tried to make a trade with someone in one of the other leagues, and I was like, look, I have a bench player that I didn't pay much for. You have a bench player you didn't pay much for.
Me.
No, a different person. No, I did that with him too because I was like, look,
Trying to send me
Rashad White. He's
for
got Fournette.
Devonta Smith.
He has Fournette.
See,
What?
see,
Rashad White isn't even on the field.
yeah. Devonta
Smith. Rashad White had more points than Devonta Smith.
But that's
this week.
not important though. It's opportunities, and
Well,
Devonta Smith has more opportunities.
Yeah, that's fair. But also, you have Fournette.
Yeah, but I'd rather like
Right? So that's what I was like. I looked at you first. I was like, who has Fournette? It makes sense to have Rashad White because a lot of upside. If Fournette goes down, which he has injury problems, you guaranteed to have your RB1 on that team, right?
I don't know if I'd do that trade.
Fair enough, but I asked, right? So then I messaged someone else about I can't remember who it was. I was like, look, it's one of my bench running backs for one of your bench wide receivers.
that's reasonable. I would do that.
Well, I was like, it's my 4th running back. It's your 4th wide
second.
receiver.
It's your second wide receiver on the bench.
No. So it was my 4th running back total, and his 4th wide receiver, based off projected rankings, right?
Well, can you tell us what players it was? Because
I think it was like
relative.
Singletary for Moore, something like that, or
Which
Moore. One of them,
Elijah Moore?
either Elijah Moore or DJ Moore. I can't remember which one it was.
Well, that's a big difference.
Not really. Like,
Yeah, it
they're
is. DJ Moore, I would
Moore's
consider
is
like a top
is
15, top 12.
both- Maybe it was
Elijah
DJ.
is like maybe
They
20.
were. It was a
25.
comparable.
For
It was
sure, knowing Rick, it was DJ Moore.
Yeah.
it was a comparable trade, right? And he's like, well, I don't know. I was like, okay, well, just is it like it? I'm like, look, I don't even know if I want to do this, but if you're down, then like this would be a good trade because they're both on our fucking benches. You don't have running backs. I don't have wide receivers, right?
But again, the same time, like they look at what if I traded my bench for DB's bench.
Yeah. Well, mind you, that's a different. Ours was free.
I guess you're right. There's a bigger disparity for sure.
And they were like the dollar value was very similar to. We're in week 1, so dollar value is very like what you perceive them as, right?
100%.
That's why. And he was just like, oh, I don't know. I was like, okay. So
I'm gonna share a strategy, guys. You can use it if you want. Free tip. No, I might have said this to you guys already. You might know this. So when I trade now, I don't just look at like what I'm trying to get. I also look at like if I'm trying to trade with someone, am I playing them coming up? Like, does it benefit? If I got to give up more than I want to give up, is it also like hurting their roster more than it's like benefiting my roster? If that makes sense. So
yeah, I get what you're saying.
So last year, basically, last year I was trying to go all in because the year before I sold my team, I had a bunch of first round picks. DB I played, I think in like week 3, and I was like 1-1 at that point. I needed to win. I didn't need to, but I was like, if I don't win this, I have harder matchups, whatever. and I think I traded you for Jefferson and Waller. And I gave you
I think it was
3
like
picks.
I think it was week 4 because I was like 0-3. Like I was like kind of on the edge of like, if I win one of these weeks, then I'm not gonna sell. And then I lost like.
And I think I was like 2-1 or 1.
I had terrible luck, so like I was like getting just pounded by like the best team. Like they're having the weeks of their lives. Like I wasn't doing bad, but I was just getting pounded.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to just sell this and just call it because I'm not.
And that's one of the things I did last year was I was like, you know what? My team is actually, considering I had 3 first-round picks last year, my team is not that strong. And again, see, like if I could do last year all over again, I would have traded all my first-round picks for the best keepers, and then I would have stocked up on like the rounds 3, 4, 5 and pick guys there. Because if you have 3, like if you went into the last year with Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, and Justin Jefferson, let's say, and you probably wouldn't have got all 3 for a first, but you probably could have gotten. I got Mixon for a first. Probably could have given up 2 firsts for Henry and 2 firsts for Jefferson. Maybe at the time.
Yeah.
You go with those 3 guys to start the year. Those guys are putting up 90 points a week between the 3 of them, give or take 80 points. All you have to do is fill another 20, 30 points, and you have a pretty good team every week.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the point of like the strategy I was saying was last year my focus was like my team wasn't great. I don't think, all things considered, even though I had all that draft capital. But then I was like, who am I playing next week, and who can I take off the team? I think I did it with you. I took Jefferson and Waller off the team, which Jefferson was like the best trade. I think I gave up a 1, a 3, and a 5 for Jefferson, Waller, and maybe someone else. But then like I traded Yanni, I think a few weeks after that, to take someone off his team. Anyways, bold strategy, but I actually think as well, like if you're playing week to week, you're just trying to survive, and you have a decent enough team that you're like trying to like finagle your bench and stuff, trading to get people off someone's team is actually not a bad strategy.
Yeah. It's a way of buying wins for sure.
It's hard because you only have so many picks, obviously, to trade away.
So you can't do it every week, but
no.
There's a way to strategize for sure.
Yeah. But anyways, I was just saying, Rick.
I remember you saying afterwards, like, I think you did the math. Like, I would have crushed you that week if I would have kept those guys.
Pumped me. But I had Jefferson that week who went off. I want to go watch him live so bad. I want to go see the Minnesota Vikings play live.
Vikings versus Bengals. Let's find it.
He is something
They
else.
probably don't play each other, though.
No.
Maybe they do.
Where we at? Daniel, how much time we been going for?
1:30.
1:30. Damn. Well, Daniel's
George, on one thing you said, how you like kind of look at your matchups. What I do is I look at like playoff weeks. Who those players are playing during those playoff weeks.
Yeah, that's like
that's a far way to look, though.
Well, man. Yeah, I mean,
for me, it's like, look, I'm playing to win it, or I don't care if
when it gets like towards the end of the season, I start looking at stuff like that, and I'll try and make trades for like better matchups in the playoffs and stuff like that. But
like when you're at a trade, you're at the end of a trade, and you're like, ooh, they got a defense that plays the Jets and the fucking Browns in the playoffs. Throw in the D and we got the deal done. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Bro, this is too early.
Vikings play Bengals?
No, the Vikings play at the Bills, but it's DB's birthday weekend. So if we do Tennessee, we can't do that game. It's a 1:00 game. Vikings at Bills would be nuts for offense. And they play the Colts December 18th. That'd be a decent offensive game. Maybe I'll fly out there. Anyways, they play the Packers too again, January 1st, New Year's Day, at Packers. That'd be frigid. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, boys, I don't know. I don't got much else on this topic. It's fun to talk football. I'm trying to think like anything we missed, anything.
MVP. Who do you think it is?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen? DB?
Yeah, I would agree. Josh Allen if he stays healthy.
Josh Allen
or Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. I'd even take Mahomes over Herbert, to be honest. I don't know why. I just think Mahomes he's unbelievable. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder too. Now they're saying that Tyreek Hill's not there. He's gonna do as well. Like I can pass to anybody. Just like
he went absolutely wild. Like I drafted him because he was just sitting there. Like in the 3rd round, I think I drafted him. Right?
Trade me?
No way. I saw those Oakleys. I was a little hesitant.
Bro, Richie's comment was like, whoa, I have those. I was like, oh shit, Richie definitely does have those.
He definitely has those Oakleys.
DB MVP is what? You said Allen?
I think Allen or Mahomes. Yeah, one of the two.
To be honest, I just want to see someone other than a quarterback.
Rushing leader.
Saquon! No.
It's possible.
Honestly, it's possible.
I hope so.
I wish I got him in one league. I like him, but just like, fuck.
I want to say Derrick Henry, but I don't know.
No, I'm not going to say it.
I don't think he'll do
I'm
it.
not saying that. Bad juju.
Okay, and then and I'm gonna say for rushing leader, I'm gonna go with Dalvin Cook.
Okay, that's a good one. Are we talking total? Yeah, that's right. Are we talking total yards or rushing?
Rushing yards.
Total yards from a running back.
Rushing yards, I'm going to go to Saquon then. Total yards, I would say maybe Dalvin. But I think Saquon could go off.
I feel like they're just going to feed. Well, mind you, everything in preseason.
Last week.
Yeah, everything in preseason said they were going to feed him the ball. All the fucking beat writers in training camp said he looked good. If he didn't have a good week one,
yeah.
Everything coming out of thing, and even all the rankings had him as a top 5 running back.
Wide receiver, receiving leader.
Diggs.
Actually, sorry. I'm actually surprised. I think that's believable.
I think Cup again.
I'm gonna say Jefferson, my boy.
Yeah, I think it'll be Diggs, Jefferson, Chase, Cup, and then like a random.
It's so hard. Like think of that's what I'm saying.
I think it'll be a random dude number 5.
I think this season,
not random, but like
assuming like the people stay healthy, I think this season will have like the top 5 wide receivers will all either like break the record for most receiving yards in a year, or will be somewhere in the vicinity of like there'll be an unbelievable race to like the top wide receiver.
I think one wide receiver will do 1,500 yards this year. Like 1,000 is usually the benchmark.
Cup had almost 2,000 last year.
Yeah.
So then maybe some of those 200.
J Jeff's going off, baby. JJ.
JJ.
I don't know what that was. It wasn't a J, it was a C.
Okay, random quarterback who you think is going to have a good year?
Kirk Cousins. Top 5.
Trey Lance.
Jared Goff.
Oh, I'll trade you him in our Dynasty League.
Gross.
I got him.
No, I don't want him in Dynasty. I got Tua and Joe Burrow. I'm good.
That's not bad.
I'm
Said,
good.
who'd you say?
Trey Lance.
Do you like him still? You think he's...
I think he's good.
If he goes off, then I'm going to win that LXA League. My team's nice.
It's hard.
I got Jackson and Allen in that.
It's hard to judge because they were playing in a monsoon last week. But
yeah, it's tough.
Both those guys I like. I think Fields is good as well, but I don't like him as much as Lance. But
I feel like they're the Walmart, Lamar, and Mahomes. You know what I mean? Like
they're still young, right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Sunday we're doing a pod here. Do we want to hang? So doing it early. Do you want to hang out here and do work after watch football?
Done.
So then you know what's beautiful? We're not staying tonight to do work.
Sure. Well, we should stay a little bit just to get the episodes out.
Yeah. We'll hang out for a bit, but I don't want to stay like what Danielle's doing work and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm down to hang out here Sunday to watch football. We should honestly do that more often. Yeah. Put an episode on Sundays in the morning, and then it's done. 1 o'clock, watch games. We hang out here.
Okay, fine.
Because we can get it. We can get it.
And then we do a Sunday Monday. Okay, fine.
twist my arm.
We can put Red Zone. Actually, we can just do one TV with Red Zone, but we can also put like 2 technically in a laptop, and we can stream it.
Well, anyways, let's wrap this up. DB, as always, thanks for coming, pal.
DB, your best.
Thanks for sharing our
You're lucky I
your
was
insight
available.
with us. And
DB, this is my favorite episode with you because you actually like. We didn't have to ask you to speak. You just kind of went with the flow, brother.
Yeah, when I'm talking about this or gaming,
we should bring our jerseys in here too and stuff. Like on Sundays, rock our jerseys.
I don't even know if I still have a Titans jersey.
Bro, 'cause it don't fit you anymore.
Oh no,
the white tee's a little tight, eh? I walked in here. I was wearing a suit and like a t-shirt today and whatever, and these guys go, "Would you say that you couldn't get a tighter shirt?"
Oh yeah, you couldn't get a looser shirt.
Yeah, I couldn't get a looser shirt. Hey, bro, the Mykonos Ibiza gut.
Man, hey, I gained like 5 pounds out there. That was bad.
It's all right, boys.
good.
I gotta go on a diet.
Anyways, we'll let's wrap up. Shout out to our new sponsors again. Thank you. We love you.
Erdinger.
Yeah, Erdinger. Go get you some.
Perfect game day. It's actually a really good beer. I'm not crazy about.
And honestly, hopefully we can check out Oktoberfest. Drink some beer.
Is it the one that's here in Toronto or Kitchener?
What are those? No, the one here in Toronto.
What is what?
It's at the outfits that you wear. It's your thing.
Oh, Linderhosen.
That's it. I knew you would know that because you went.
I did go.
I know.
In Munich, biggest Oktoberfest in the world.
Yeah. The one in Toronto is at the end of the month. We'll share
Saw
some
like
stuff.
50-year-old men puking their brains out. It was
No.
Did you see the? Oh, I was gonna take you to today. There's a video of a lady. She was at. Who did New England play this week?
They got
Miami.
smacked by Miami.
So no, it wasn't that. Maybe it was Cincy and Pittsburgh. Then the lady's in her seat, literally just not moving in her seat,
Puking?
just puking.
Oh.
It was
crazy.
just like.
I don't have Instagram anymore, but show me. I want to see.
I mean, I was gonna tell you guys.
Did you see what happened at that Miami game though?
Barbecue?
Someone left a barbecue on and blew up like 8 cars.
Unbelievable.
So stupid.
Okay, so hang on. Bills tailgate, Rick. Do we? Because we're going to Bills Titans.
Yeah.
Do we want? I don't know why I said it. We know you know we're going. Do we want to do? Do we want to tailgate, like our own tailgate?
No. What we're going to do is we're going to drop off the car at the hotel, check into the hotel, grab all our gear. We're going to grab those cooler knapsacks.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We're gonna find a Titans area. We'll chill there because then we can also walk around and stuff too.
Kind of like Texas A&M. One thing we don't do when we've tailgated, we've always set up our own thing. But if you walk around the stadium, there's always those things going on.
Yeah.
And like
I want to. Plus, it's a Monday nighter. First, like big. I guess not first.
Should we leave at like noon from Toronto?
Honestly, probably.
Because if you get to the border,
what we could do is we can meet at your office.
It should take about 2 hours to get there. With the border not being bad, 2 hours. Get there at 2. Drop our stuff.
Yeah, honestly. Maybe like 12:30.
We can even stop at my we stop at my office. Yeah.
So where should we? Maybe we leave the car at. I don't want to leave it at your office. Though.
We can leave it at my parents' place.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll leave. We'll meet at your parents' place. We all meet at your parents' place, or even Glenn's.
Do you want to take? I can drive. I don't mind. If there's 3 of us, I'll drive. If it's more, you drive because you have the SUV.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's 4, we'll take my Jeep. If there's 3, we'll take your car.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm pumped. I'm fired up. It'll be nice weather. DB's gonna come. He's gonna work on his.
DB can't come. That's the problem.
I can't.
But we should be able to find a 4th. Because then it's easier for tickets. We can buy 2 2s.
Problem is our hotel room I think only is
2 queens.
Is it 2 queens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Actually, yeah. So we should find a 4th.
Anyways, guys, if you listen, we appreciate you. Send this to your friends. If your friends like football, send this to them. Roast our hot takes.
If you're going to the Bills-Titans game in Buffalo, hit us up. We'll be there.
And other than that, signing off, pals.